cool. Visit millsair.com to schedule your service today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number one for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. We do have a fun program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world. Deb's Woke News coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll also get an update on the Olympics. Jack's Olympic update around 3:45. Animal House today. I think we're being joined by Savannah.
Yes, we are.
From over there in Gatorland. Scott Maxwell calls today as well, plus trivia. Ross Thoughts last call. Your calls, your text, and of course opportunities to win not only $1,000, but get involved with the Summer of Stuff. Welcome to the show. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, Mr. Ross Paget.
God, I smell good.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social media, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show, Twitter just at Jim Colbert Show. And we stream on every single platform on planet Earth, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook out there for you. And you can take us wherever you go using the iHeartRadio app. We'll have your first keyword around 4 o'clock today. What's going on, guys? Good Wednesday?
Chillin'. I'm hopped up on coffee.
Hopped up on coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee's been your thing, buddy.
Yeah, no, coffee is my thing.
We just got some weird news right before we came on the air. It's breaking right now that ZZ Top bassist Dusty Hill has died in his sleep. Now, there is kind of a corresponding story to that. Did you guys know what was going on before this? I guess he fell and broke his hip on July 21st in Evansville, Indiana. They said, hey, the show's going to go on. He'll be at the Washington show. And then, of course, he died in his sleep last night at 72 years old. And they send out a Facebook or an Instagram post saying, claiming, just saying, hey, look, he's passed on.
Which
That's
it is young.
That's young. 72 is young, man.
And it just goes to show, again, why falls, you really can't underestimate how dangerous falls are for folks once you get over, I don't know, is it 60? I want to say 70.
70 years old, I would think, yeah. Honestly, I
don't know, though.
Just to be honest with the audience, man, it's kind of weird. So I'm waiting on a phone call right now that I will have to kind of leave the show to take if it comes through today for my mom's caseworker because we're trying to figure out where she's going to go after she gets out of the rehab, which is, winding up. She's got to, she wants to go to a facility that can take care of her, that she can be around people that are kind of like-minded, that she can get visitation, have her own room. And, we know that that's a possibility. But, man, she has a walker now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, do you feel comfortable walking around without your walker? And she goes, I walked to the bathroom the other day, which is only like 30 feet. When I got there, I was, brushing my teeth and felt wobbly. And I'm like, look, man, you cannot walk. I mean, they're giving you a walker for a reason. So, she's going to be using a walker probably for the remainder of her existence as well. This rehab was just like 14 days. You're not building up like real muscle mass in a 78-year-old woman in 12 days. So she's going to have this. So, these falls are, it's bad news. We hear it across the board.
Does she have the tennis balls?
She doesn't have them yet, but she does have pistol grips, and it's badass.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, they're 45s. I made them myself.
Yeah. I would go with Penn, not Wilson.
Yeah, Jack.
No, it was, I've had to deal with the walker situation because there are different types. You have 4 wheels, you have 2 wheels, and then you have no wheels. But also they have one, which my mom had, which had like the handbrakes on it. It was a 4-wheel walker, and then you could lock it, and then it flips down into a seat.
Yes, exactly.
So, which is, if she goes anywhere, that's a really convenient thing to have because my mom used that a lot.
And then when she's not using it, then you can borrow maybe another one at the rehab center and race them down the hallway with your sister just to kind of reclaim your childhood as you're facing the joys.
Oh, yeah.
The so plethora of joys of adulting.
Plan on living out my childhood dreams right there in the old folks' home for sure, without question. But it's a real deal thing, And to be honest with you, again, we talk about things that we know our audience is probably dealing with as well. A lot of our audience has parents that are getting up there in age, and my mom actually kind of accepted the fact that she's probably not going to ever drive again.
That's a big deal.
She's never going to drive again, and she accepted the fact that she's probably not going to have any belongings anymore. We're going to wind up selling her stuff, and to be honest with you, this place she's living now takes care of her hand and foot, and she's loving it. She is loving the idea of having lunch and breakfast dropped off and then picked up, and no cleaning and none of that stuff. She is falling head over heels in love with the idea of it. That was a tough conversation, when you tell your mother, hey, you're not going to drive anymore.
And it is, and sometimes, and when it happened with my mom, it happened following a medical issue, and the doctor just stepped in. But it was the 6 months leading up to that. It's like, do you think it's time? Do you think? And you kind of wonder because you know what it's going to mean to them when you cut them off and take their freedom away. And so now they are completely reliant on the people around them in their lives. But it's such a big decision. But also, they don't want to hurt anybody or themselves. Right. You don't want them to, be in any situation like that. So it was always a tough call. But, when sometimes it pairs up with a medical issue, take advantage of that.
And my mom already drives like a drunken crab fisherman as it is.
Right on.
That's what's up.
Just as a sign that falls are serious no matter what your age, someone just texted us at 77031 saying, going to a funeral for a friend of mine tonight, fell and hit his head and passed away. He was 30.
Oh, God.
Falls are scary, period.
The big CEO that just fell on his bike and was killed. Then the guy here in Orlando that was a writer that was that also just had an accident of that nature, a bicycle-related accident. It's just been nuts.
Former senator just died on his bike. Yeah.
Crazy. So, here's the thing, I'm glad she was, I was really a phone call I was dreading because I didn't want her to get sad because, there's some realization there, in the context of saying, okay, I understand, it's you, kind of realizing that, hey, a certain part of my life is now over. And, that's got to be, pretty darn hard to kind of, take in, but I'm
not looking forward to it. You spend your entire childhood getting to that point of independence where you can jump in your car and go wherever you want. She's a 78-year-old woman. She has raised babies. She has been married. She has cleaned house and she has done all of that. And to go back to having to rely on others when you've been so independent your whole life, I dread that happening to me.
She seems to be falling into it. She likes that idea of people dropping it off her food and taking it away. She is seemingly fine being cool with it.
And then she looks at her son, who has less life in front of him than he does behind him.
Seriously.
Knowing it's really almost any day.
I'm basically her hourglass. She looks at me, and every hair that falls to the middle of the hourglass, she's just like, oh, God, I'm closer to death. I can feel it. He's dead right now. He's dead standing there. Look at him. His scalp died when he's 23. The rest of him just catching up. He's
slowly
just pickled the rest of himself with alcohol to the point where it's just drying out and dying on the vine like seaweed. Hey, real quick before we get to break here, if I know what's Deb guys going. I had the genuinely, guys, and I'm a relatively practical guy with this stuff, this whole kind of voodoo stuff or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I straight up had the most genuinely bizarre episode of Deja Vu this morning that was straight up spooky. And when I say spooky, I actually closed my computer to think, what day is it again? Like, what day is it? When I was writing the show this morning, there was a series of events that started happening, and I'm like, man, I've done this. And it was so overwhelming that I stopped for a second to kind of double check what the hell was going on. But when I was pulling the show, it was like I remembered it exactly the same way as yesterday. But the day I checked my phone That's how crazy it was. I actually checked my phone. Have you guys ever had any experience like that? It went on for like 4 minutes.
Whoa!
I almost cursed just right now. By the way, I almost
That's how serious it was.
I almost said I'm not S-ing you. I mean, I'm telling you straight up. This happened, and I'm like, this is so bizarre. I mean, down to where my coffee was sitting, the bottle of water, the stories, because the stories I was researching came up yesterday as well, but this website doesn't like tell you that. It blends them together sometimes. So I'm looking at stories that I looked at exactly at the same time yesterday. It was nuts.
Maybe it's a sign you need to change up your routine.
Or maybe just share what dispensary that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I mean, do you guys ever experience deja vu at all? Any?
Yeah, but not like 4
little
minutes.
bits. Yeah, just
that's crazy.
That brief feeling, it's like, that was weird.
That's like Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events or Groundhog Day.
Dude, it played out in front of me like a small vignette, like one of Ross's videos. It was weird. It was like I was watching myself experience the same exact thing I experienced yesterday. Nuts. Anyway, 407-916-1041. Deb, what's coming up for news?
And you call me the witch.
I know.
Well, as you get your kids ready to go back to school and amidst this latest COVID surge, we're going to tell you what schools plan to do about requiring masks. Unfortunately, weather is a possible concern for Friday's Starliner launch. And vaccinations as community service, well, they are, at least according to one Louisiana judge. We'll cover that and a whole lot more coming up during Woke News.
Also, a couple things involving some sort of Hobby Lobby has a really interesting story out there I want to tell you guys about. I don't even have anything to talk about it. It's just kind of unique that these things happen without us knowing about it. There are companies out there trying to suck carbon out of the air I want to tell you guys about.
Cool.
Plus, Remington is offering a payoff to some people that I don't understand either. We're going to cover all of that on the show today. Plus, of course, Savannah from Gatorland and Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show. Deb's News up next, right here on Real Radio 104.1.
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. And then tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio again. Someone's always got to mess with it.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Well, we're looking at bumper-to-bumper volume eastbound on I-4 between U.S. Highway 27 and Polk County up to 429, and then again between Osceola Parkway to State Road 535. Watch for delays from a crash heading west on I-4 between Cayley Avenue and Michigan Street taking up the right lane, and delays from an earlier wreck between Lee Road and Parr Street. It's slow, too, between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Make it a summer to remember with Audible. It delivers everything you love listening to all in one app. Stream the newest hot releases, bestsellers, Audible originals, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Guys, when I think about custom fences, I think about Mossy Oak Fence, and I think high quality. That means the skilled craftsmen over at Mossy Oak Fence use only the very best materials out there. High quality, that's backed by the best warranty in the business. I also think about sensibility, man, because Mossy Oak Fence offers affordable payment plans. That new fence is just a phone call away. And I think about safety and security for sure, because that's what Mossy Oak is all about. Your family safety and security is Mossy Oak's #1 priority. So if you're thinking about a fence, think about a Mossy Oak Fence, and think about it at visitmossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by The Original Mattress Factory.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work, and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured, and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track. Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive. It's time to bring your friends and family to watch the drama unfold up close and in person. NASCAR comes to Daytona International Speedway August 27th and 28th. Tickets start at just $49. Get yours at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Is an Amscot cash advance right for you? Compare for yourself. Often, it can be less than the late fee on an overdue bill. With Amscot, you could get up to $500 on the spot with no credit check. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
If you need a roof, don't pay more, pay less with Parliament Roofing. Nobody beats Parliament Roofing's prices, and if they can't get you approved, no one can. Call now for your free estimate with payments starting as low as $135 per month. Call pound 250 from a mobile phone and say the keyword Roof Me Now and get $500 off your new roof. That's pound 250 and say the keyword Roof Me Now for $500 off your new roof. Pound 250 Roof Me Now. Parliament Roofing. Nobody puts a quality roof on for less. Nobody.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. What was it? They go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When I met you in the summer.
It's time to live, laugh, and create memories again with MSC Cruises. Join us on some of the world's most modern and innovative ships. Discover again at our new private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, named Best New Cruise Destination. Cruise the Caribbean and Bahamas from Miami or Port Canaveral from $159 per person. Book now with free balcony upgrades and flexible booking changes. Call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply. MSC Cruises, a world of discovery.
Now everyone can create free playlists on the free iHeart app. And we've made it super easy. When your favorite station plays a song you love, tap the plus symbol, and just like that, you started a playlist. Create playlists for any mood or occasion, from chilling out to working out. And everything in between. And it's totally free. New and exclusively on the free iHeart app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Does your AC need attention? Visit millsair.com now. Since 1992, millsair.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in
Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text our show at 77031. Your first keyword from us comes at the top of the hour. We'll have that at 4 o'clock. Then you text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Playing a little ZZ Top today in memory of Dusty Hill from ZZ Top, who passed away last night. That announcement just came down from the band about 30 minutes ago or so. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
Looking so fun.
Seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Of course, darling. Woke News.
Work diva.
Ooh, work it. Work it like you have it. Woke News brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen Saturday morning when he's also host of the Home Loans Radio Show. Good news for some local parents, depending on where on the face mask divide you reside. But some of Florida's biggest school districts are going to let parents decide if their kids will mask up in schools. If you remember, the CDC yesterday recommended everyone in schools wear a mask, even if they're vaccinated. Officials, though, in Hillsborough County, Orange County, and Leon counties decided to keep masks optional. Meanwhile, in Miami-Dade County, the teachers union president announced she wants the school district to make masks mandatory. Jack, that must mean in Seminole County that they're still mandatory. I know that there's been a lot of meetings going on, and there's still a lot of confusion with parents.
Yeah, at last check, the official word was that it was optional.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a parent's decision?
A parent's
decision. Or kids.
And that came through towards the end of school, at the beginning of June, I believe we had that. So they have not announced any change since then.
Which, it just goes to show how fluid this situation has been, right? Back in June, when our numbers were looking so good, it looked like, well, yeah, of course masks are going to be optional.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at where we're at. So I also wanted to bring this up because a lot of people are wondering, are we going to go back to daily COVID updates? Well, again, Florida COVID stats have been released by the Florida Department of Health on a weekly basis, but one state official believes that's not enough and is changing that. Florida Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried says she's going to report data from the CDC on a daily basis. Fried said that over the past week, Florida has seen more than 67,000 new cases of COVID-19. Of course, last week it was 73,000. She added the rate of hospitalization rose by more than 50% last week as well. Still, there's a sign the cruise industry may be returning to normal. Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas sailed yesterday from Port Canaveral on a simulated cruise. The free 2-night cruise to the Bahamas is the port's very first, I know, with passengers in over a year. Doesn't that sound sweet?
Yeah, a little free cruise. Never hurt.
2-day cruise.
Yeah.
About 800 people are on board, and despite a rise in COVID cases, one passenger tells Florida Today she's really not overly worried at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the coast, the weather could be a concern for this week's second test flight of NASA's Starliner space capsule. It's scheduled to launch aboard an Atlas V rocket at 2:53 p.m. Friday afternoon from Cape Canaveral. The uncrewed capsule is set to dock with the International Space Station on Saturday. Now, if you remember, a first test flight fell a little short in 2019 when the Boeing-built Starliner didn't reach the orbit necessary to meet with the ISS. They said there was a little computer glitch.
Ran out of fuel. And they burned up too much fuel on the launch. It's like, oh, we're not gonna make it.
Yeah,
Bob didn't seal the capsule.
Yeah. The gas light is on the dash.
Who left the cap off the gas tank?
Oh.
Forecasters, unfortunately, say the weather is only 40% go for Friday's mission. And if you're out on the roads right now, you know just how squirrely the weather is.
Mike Leinbach, former NASA launch director, is going to call us on Friday. Hopefully it will go up at 2:57. We'll be talking to him a little bit later that day to talk about what all this means to the program. Very interesting.
Yeah, it really is. It's a whole new space race, as you will.
It is.
Speaking of our agriculture commissioner, almost 24 people involved in the Capitol Hill violence are facing new disciplinary measures here in Florida. That's because Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried announced that she has suspended the concealed weapons permits of 22 people involved in January's riot. State law gives Fried the power to suspend the license of anyone charged with a felony. Now, the permits can be restored if the suspects are found not guilty. Sentencing is set for today in federal court. May actually have already been sentenced for the man who pled guilty to burning down a Champs sports store during the George Floyd riots last year in Tampa.
He was a fan of Dick's Sporting Store.
Federal prosecutors say Terrence Lee Hester Jr. saved it. Was seen on video tossing a flaming piece of cloth into the store on May 31st, 2020. Now, damage to the store and other businesses in the shopping plaza. You guys want to take a guess at how much damage was done?
$29 million.
Oh, no, not quite that high.
All right.
Okay, we know it's a little lower there.
It's a lot lower than that.
I'm always setting the standard, guys.
There you
Pay
go.
attention.
I just love the crazy amount of confidence right there.
Aiming high.
28
man.
million next. That was a stupid question.
I just did the verbal version of walking in with a clipboard.
Yeah, I'll go with 4 million.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah.
Babe, why would you leave him that big of a gap? Do you even know what we're doing?
I think it's going to be lower than that.
Yeah, so do I. 3.9 mil.
Oh, points, Jack. $1.25 million. By the way, Hester was just sentenced to 5 years in prison, even though he could have faced up to 20.
Well, that's where he's going to find plenty of that other sporting store.
Yeah. He's definitely not going to be a fan. There will be no redemption. He won't even be able to have a free credit card from them.
He's going to find plenty of BOGOs.
Yeah.
And a guy named BOGO.
Yeah.
Still on the Gulf Coast side, there's new evidence that this year's Red Tide event is the worst in Tampa Bay in decades. The Tampa Bay Estuary Program looked at FWC and NOAA data, and they announced yesterday, again, this is the Tampa Bay Estuary Program, that this is the worst year for red tide since 1971.
Oh, God.
Now, one TBEP researcher, that's Tampa Bay Estuary Program researcher, says lower than normal rainfall totals, and then you add in the Piney Point discharge. Remember the plant that was, are to blame. On an encouraging note, though, Dr. Marcus Beck tells 10 Tampa Bay this year is an anomaly because of Piney Point.
Oh, good.
So
Thank God it was only one phosphorus plant that collapsed.
Exactly. And not the dozens of others that are threatened.
That are just
and
waiting.
just not talked about.
And they're all built like Indian dams.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like miscellaneous rocks.
We'll just deal with it later.
Pack some dirt against it.
Yeah, exactly. Pump out some of the water. Locally, kudos to Seminole County. That county is buying 2 golf course properties. I know you have this set aside to talk about later on, so maybe I'll just lay the groundwork for you. County leaders are going ahead with the purchase of Deer Run Country Club and the Wekiva Golf Club near Longwood. Now, commissioners say they plan to create a pair of public parks on the land. The cost of both properties is about $14 million. An additional $8 million will go towards the creation of nature trails and open, grassy public spaces.
Did you say opioid park?
Yeah, kind of sounded that way, didn't it?
Very popular.
Very popular. Exactly.
Right.
But, kudos. And it was like you were saying, Jimmy, earlier when we were talking about it. It really helps the entire community instead of just having these empty properties where nothing is happening.
Yeah, I think Jack can join me in saying, look, Seminole County is a terrible place to live. You definitely don't want to move there.
Yeah. Stay away, people. Stay away.
The leaders are terrible.
Yeah,
They're not. They don't think progressively. They don't try to take care of the natural resources that our county offers. They hate doing all that. So
they
look,
hate
if you're thinking
Mother
about moving to
Nature.
Seminole County, you need to run, turn and run. If I could sell my place and move, I'd do it tomorrow.
Although, Jimmy, some new people would help lower our tax base.
Like I was saying, Seminole County's awesome.
Great schools.
You should go to Geneva and
Yeah.
shop.
Some of the best schools in all of Central Florida actually are Seminole County schools.
That's awesome.
Well, further south, though, in another county, Osceola County, speaking of school, needs to fill multiple school bus driver positions. Now, we know that there are businesses everywhere that are begging for employees, but officials are holding a job fair August 10th in hopes of hiring at least 35 people. Now, anyone interested needs to bring their driver's license, their Social Security card, and 3 years of your driving record. Training for a commercial driver's license will be provided, though, if you're hired. The fair runs from 8 until noon.
You said how many people are they trying to hire?
35.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
It is a lot.
That's just for Osceola County.
And it's just for Osceola County. And the other part of it, it's kind of like school crossing guards because the hours aren't a traditional 9 to 5 or a 3 to 6.
You work in the morning, then you have a 3-hour, 4-hour break, and then you're back at it.
And then you're back at it again in the afternoon.
Weird.
So a lot of times it's hard for people, to work around those kind of schedules. But if you are available and you can do it.
It's also very hard to stay sober during lunch.
It's also very hard to deal with like middle school kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's
the sober part.
Yeah.
That's the drinking part.
I can drive better than you.
All right, we are just hours, literally, into the 48-hour lobster mini season. It only lasts 48 hours, and already one diver has died in the Florida Keys, and another has been seriously injured. Monroe County Sheriff's deputies say as a man prepared to dive just after 7 a.m. off of Sawyer Key, he began to struggle in the water and unfortunately lost consciousness, and not even CPR could save his life. And then about an hour later, off the lower Keys, a man's leg was hit by a boat propeller.
Yeah.
He was airlifted to a hospital in Miami. Spiny lobster mini season began only at midnight.
Yeah, man, it's a big rush down there to do that. It's a big kind of almost party atmosphere to go down there for mini season. So you have a lot of people in the water, and it can get very dangerous down there if you don't, follow those protocols and, take care of your business. A lot of boat motors starting up. If you don't let them know you're down there, it's just dangerous, man. A lot of people in those areas with boats.
It is. And I learned that when going scalloping off of like in Homosassa, Crystal River area, how important it is that when you're going diving for the scallops that you have that flag up.
Gotta have it up there, man.
You got to have that flag up that lets other passing boats know that there's divers in the water. So there's so many rules to, taking part in water recreation that you really just can't be willy-nilly about it, because it's life or death when there's that many people, that many boats. Well, we're back over on the Gulf Coast there where Tampa police, they're facing some scrutiny for an undercover operation.
Okay.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
The Citizens Review Board last night discussed the conduct of officers at an Ybor City strip club last year.
Oh, what they do in a strip club in Ybor City, a place known for being very clean and almost like Baldwin Park.
The place where I definitely didn't pay for sex.
What? An internal review found officers spent over $400.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to say another number there. I was like, what?
No, $400 on drinks and lap dances.
Oh, man, I definitely didn't get gypped.
Over 3 hours.
Oh, man, they're good with their money. They should teach a budgeting class.
But no new leads came from the trip.
Yeah, I bet. Well,
Yeah, well.
You know what I like about those strip clubs down in Ybor? They're just covered in vaccines.
Yeah, it's free, too.
Now, the supervisor was disciplined but remains with the agency, and the police department says misconduct is disheartening, unacceptable, and will not be tolerated.
Can you imagine?
But way to go with the credit card.
Right. Can you imagine the Petri dish that the ATM buttons are at an Ybor City strip club? Can you even?
I can't
fathom. There's probably Black Plague on it.
I wouldn't. Hey, speaking of that, I don't know if you guys are aware of the story of the 10-year-old Colorado girl who just died from the bubonic plague.
No joke.
Yeah, infected fleas. Apparently it happens fairly often. Yeah. Just thought I'd bring that up.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Also in Tampa, this is our feel-good story for the day, because this just...
With the bookends.
Isn't it? I'm a full-service kind of gal there, Ross.
That's what I heard.
Hey, now.
There's a place in Ybor.
Avoid the buttons.
Exactly. No. We often talk about, especially after what happened in Surfside, so often we see our first responders just go above and beyond at the scene of a tragedy, right? But we don't sometimes see if that story continues afterward. Well, it turns out that in some cases with life-changing capabilities, 3 years after he was almost killed by his own father, a Hillsborough County little boy is surrounded by the love of a new family. When Ronnie O'Neill was only 8 years old, his father stabbed him and set him on fire.
Oh,
okay.
And while Ronnie recovered in the hospital, he grew close to Hillsborough County Detective Mike Blair. Well, Mike and his wife, who are white, they already have 5 kids.
Okay.
But they decided to adopt Ronnie, who's black. Ronnie recently told 8 on Your Side that Blair and his wife are the best moms and dads, and he feels safe, loved, and part of the family.
Yeah, you can't lose there as a mom and dad. All you have to do is not stab and set them on fire, and you're Superman.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Does he have a brother? I want to look like a good guy. I'm just joking.
Shout out to the people who really have the bar just real low. Because the people who have the bar just right there in the middle, all the 5 out of 10s. We need to appreciate all the negative ones.
I agree 100%.
Jack, I have a story for you.
Okay.
What Yankee legend died today? That's like a 2-year-old.
Listen, you may have
callback.
had a day, but don't you take it out on me.
I'm having a great day.
Oh,
Yeah, you are right now.
He's been on fire 30 minutes
Yeah,
in.
I know. All of a sudden, I'm like catnip for this cat.
Zinger, zinger.
Did they dig up Koufax and kill him again?
He was a Dodger, Jimmy.
Which is ironic.
Well, Jack, go ahead, add in your own 2 cents.
No, I'm listening, Deb. Can't wait.
Let's wait till Jimmy's done dying.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm
okay.
done. I'm dead.
Bruce Springsteen is actually turning down the chance to have a service area off the Garden State Parkway in New Jersey dedicated to him.
Okay, good.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, but the state announced it was renaming the rest and refuel stops after some of the state's biggest stars, including Whitney Houston, James Gandolfini, John Bon Jovi, and Frank Sinatra.
Nice.
The boss was not included. A state spokesman confirmed Springsteen respectfully declined.
I'll be damned. You know, doesn't Stern have one of those?
He did. They had a problem is because they kept stealing the sign. His fans would keep stealing the sign.
That's so
I think
Jersey.
They did away with that. I think it was Governor Whitman who did that, Christine Todd Whitman.
Christine Todd Whitman, right.
I just found out. So they're doing a free concert in Central Park for vaccinated people.
Yep.
And Springsteen is one of the performers. This is the Saturday that I will be in New York at Yankee Stadium that afternoon. All I have to do is then head over to Central Park.
Yeah. It could be like a whole summer of soul type experience, like that Questlove documentary we just watched for What'd You Do That's New.
When I heard that it's August 21st, and I'm like, oh. It's like they're doing it for me.
Kismet. They are, Jack. They're doing it for
Where's
you.
my vaccination card?
And finally, a Louisiana judge. I think this is actually a pretty good idea, but a Louisiana judge has a deal for some offenders. Instead of doing community service, they can get their COVID vaccine.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. Judge Fred Crefasi in Baton Rouge is getting praise from lawyers who love the concept.
Oh, I bet.
They say it helps their clients complete their requirements at a time when community service hours are difficult to come by due to rising cases.
And it is performing a community service by making yourself less likely to transmit a deadly disease.
Oh, my God, man. You can't imagine those guys will be lining up from here to Kentucky to get that thing.
I mean, I think it's a brilliant way of getting shots into arms that might not be the most likely to go and get a vaccine at a clinic or at the hospital.
Those highways, they're going to look rough. Those highways are going to plummet.
Why all the rappers?
Yeah, wow. There's a lot more trash than usual. What changed?
A lot more roadkill.
Shots in the arms, Ross. Shots in the arms. And now you all are officially woke. And Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Again, it seems like every single day there's new news that comes out about what the housing market looks like. Should you wait? Should you get pre-approved? Here's my advice. I worked with Don myself when buying my home in Mount Dora, and it was the single best decision Chris and I ever made. He is the easiest individual to work with because he never leaves you hanging. If he needs to get a hold of you at 5 p.m. on a Sunday, it's done. If you need to get a hold of him at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday, it's done. Check it out for yourself. It's as easy as homeloansradio.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Found out Don's going to be a part of Holy Takamoli this year. Excited to have him on board. Know he's a good guy. Know he's a solid businessman. So it's proud to have him aboard for Holy Takamoli this year. I can tell you more about that a little bit later. Coming up, guys, Hobby Lobby just had to let something go that was very valuable. But it was kind of weird how and why they had it anyway, because it was a very valuable antique. I'd never even heard about it until today. I'll tell you what that is next.
Real talk, real radio. 104.1.
Hello, good Wednesday to you. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King, and now Fox 35 Storm Center forecast update. Central Florida today, you got it hot and humid. What can I tell you, right? The dog days of summer are upon us. Highs at about 93, heat index 103 during peak afternoon heating. Don't rule out a shower or storm before 12 o'clock, but the main push coming after about 2 today. Cloud the ground, lightning, heavy rainfall likely with that rain chance at about 60 to 70%. West winds 5 to 10. The night 75, showers and storms before 10 o'clock. Then mostly cloudy, warm, and muggy late with light winds. Have a great one. Stay safe and do depend on and trust Fox 35 weather. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Make it a summer to remember with Audible. It delivers everything you love listening to all in one app. Stream the newest hot releases, bestsellers, Audible originals, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Red, itchy, and often burning sensation in your eyes when wearing your contact lenses? Well, you could be a sufferer of contact lens intolerance, or CLI. And check it out, CLI symptoms are actually more common than you think, and many people experience eye pain and discomfort for years before they find out what the issue is. But the Filatowski Eye Institute can help. These guys are recognized leaders in vision correction surgery. The Filatowski Eye Institute can help identify your issue and recommend the best options for you. These guys are great. You're going to love them. Text 1041 to 868686. Schedule your free vision correction consultation. Again, it's easy, guys. Simply text 1041 to 868686 for the Filatowski Eye Institute.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
The summer of can is here, and since we finally can, let's make it a premium summer. Fancy sausage at the barbecue, a full theater for camping, a fully gold bathing suit at the pool. Because Heineken is made with premium malt and their famous A yeast. So go premium with the crisp, ice-cold can of Heineken. Pick up a pack or get it delivered and put the can back into summer. That can be your six-pack. Must be 21 or over to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
It costs nothing to be kind. In fact, it actually pays. By donating plasma at BioLife Plasma Services, your kindness enables someone else to live more fully. And just imagine the difference you could make if you could take the $900 you could earn in the first month and donate it to your favorite charity. Or buy a school teacher supplies. Or buy everyone in your neighborhood noise-canceling headphones because your granddaughter is learning the recorder. She has to get better soon, right? BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
At Walgreens, we're committed to the fight against COVID-19. That's why we offer no-cost, contactless COVID-19 testing with same-day results at thousands of locations nationwide for patients ages 3 and up. Our pharmacy experts have administered millions of tests and are here to help when you need us. Schedule your COVID-19 test at no cost to you at walgreens.com/COVID-19 testing.
No cost to you with most insurance or government assistance for ages 3 and up at select test locations. Test results turnaround time may vary by location depending on test type.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
No matter the challenges, we were there with a stronger, more reliable energy grid.
When our community struggled, we were there with flexible payment arrangements and other support.
And as the sun comes out, bringing the promise of a brighter tomorrow, we will still be here.
With energy that's reliable, affordable, and cleaner than ever, we're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly Auto Parts specializes in keeping your car on the road. Not sure how much life is left in your battery? Our professional parts people will test it for free. If it does need to be replaced, we'll help you find just the right one to fit your car. Our Superstar batteries are built to handle even the toughest conditions. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get your fill of wings, beer, and world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters is great anytime. Game time, lunchtime, or happy hour. Be sure to catch the live stream of the sold-out Miss Hooters pageant from Hooters of iDrive this Thursday at your local Hooters and Hooters.com/pageant.
Instagram. It's not just about food pics, but it's mostly about food pics. At Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio. Real Radio. 104.1.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 770-31. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here. Deb, glasses look awesome on you. Good job.
Thank you. I did find your glasses, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
We've decided I'm going to be the naughty school teacher.
I'm going to tell you about that Hobby Lobby thing a little bit later in the show. I totally forgot. Jack has your Olympic update. Let's do that right now, which I appreciate. Thanks, Jack.
Here we go with the Olympic update. And after another, no spoilers here. That's what I always strive for, no spoilers, because we know.
Well, they crawled in your ass when you did it, though, didn't they?
No, I didn't. No, they were.
I almost did.
Yeah. No, I
almost.
I think I was. I've been pretty good about not revealing information that they're going to air tonight because you have. There's several different platforms. It's kind of a little messy on NBC on how many different ways you can watch stuff, but I focus on the main NBC broadcast in prime time. Mm-hmm. Some of it's tape delayed, some of it's live, and that's because Tokyo is 13 hours ahead of us. So we go on with the Olympic update. We talked a lot about Simone Biles yesterday, but here about pulling out of the team competition, and here's a little more when she talked about why she was not able to compete in the team finals.
I just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my mindfulness, and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to risk the team a medal for kind of my screw-ups because they've worked way too hard for that.
Yeah, so there are a lot of talk about, and we touched on this yesterday. We did talk a lot about this yesterday, and we did touch on the fact that, it can be flat out dangerous.
Right.
If your head is not in the game, doing some of the things that she does, and when you think about it, they talk about that rarefied air, and Michael Phelps has been working with NBC, and he's one of those few athletes where you're the face of the games, and the expectations on you to perform are pretty much more than any other athlete that's out there. So between Simone Biles and Michael Phelps, and he has the Michael Phelps Foundation, his focus has been for the past few years about the mental health of athletes, because it's also after the games, because you get in this rhythm, and it's your dream. You do this, and then you're done with it. And then you have to transition, and that can lead to depression as well. So he's been focusing a lot on the mental health. So this is kind of like right in his wheelhouse, and he just happens to be, a correspondent, for NBC there. So that kind of worked out in that regard.
And that's really the one that I've been wanting to hear from. It's like, well, I want to hear it from other Olympians if it's possible. Like, what is this like? Because I can't even pretend to understand the pressure of someone in Simone Biles' position. I only know as someone who suffered from depression and anxiety, just trying to be a regular human being, walk, talk, laugh.
And the other thing, and as we start to see it more with our athletes like Naomi Osaka or Simone Biles, it's really a reflection of what's been happening in society, because I've noticed it a lot more in what in my family, let alone in people around me. And that's the stats I was looking up this morning was between 2007 and 2012, anxiety and reports of anxiety in teens went up 20%. Over the past 10 years, it's doubled.
Yeah.
And that also, what does that correspond with? The advent of smartphone technology, social media, all in our hands, and all that additional screen time and stuff, and how these kids are growing
scrutiny.
up. And we talked about how, we're raised, it's kind of this test generation of the current generation is the one that has always had the internet, has always had that access, and it's ironically or coincidentally just some of the issues that we were talking about a little yesterday in the What'd You Do That's New, that Bo Burnham Inside special. One of those topics touched on that ever-present connection that we have to technology and the internet.
And I'll be interested to see how competition like the Olympics move forward with this younger generation, because it'll be interesting to see how competition itself is affected, when games or events are forfeited because of someone's health at the time. Because up until this Olympics, the idea was just power through.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do, whoever you have to be to survive it, just power through. And this is the first generation that said, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see where we move forward.
Okay, so now that Simone Biles today announced that she's also withdrawn from the individual all-around. So that's when
she's not competing.
Right, she's not. Now, she still has an option next week where they do the single discipline routines where you can do like just the vault or just the floor exercise, but the individual all around where they do all of the disciplines, she's not going to be in that. In her absence, American Jade Carey will get the chance. She's considered a specialist, and she is on Team USA, and she has it, one door closes, one opens, and Jade Carey now has an opportunity that she did not expect to have. After a 13-year break, women's softball returned to the Olympics. We know, Jim, you are a huge fan. Looking forward to this. Culminating with Team USA facing Japan for gold. And this, oh boy, Jimmy.
Popped up and caught by Agatsumi. And Japan beats the United States to win the gold medal in Tokyo.
Oh, Team USA may have lost the game, but they won silver medal by losing that. They actually faced Japan in the previous game, won in a walk-off home run.
Yep.
However, in the medal game, Team USA ends up with silver.
And I think Japan was favored to win softball this year, were they not?
Yeah. And I mentioned 13 years ago was the last time they played in the Olympics. 2 members of Team USA were in that match, including our pitcher, and so was the pitcher on Japan.
Oh, wow.
They both pitched in that game back in 2008.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? Let's see. So, women's soccer, Team USA drew even. It was a 0-0 draw with Australia. It's enough to advance to the quarterfinal round. However, they don't look as dominant as they have in previous Olympics. Men's basketball found their first win versus Iran with a 54-point victory to help right the ship. They are actually focusing a little more on passing the ball and getting everyone involved in the game as opposed to the NBA give it to the superstar method. Hawaii's Carissa Moore surfs her way to gold for the women in the debut of the Olympic this Olympic discipline. In the pool, Katie Ledecky had 2 races yesterday, falling short in the 200-meter freestyle, but could only dwell on that for about an hour because an hour later she was competing in the 1,500-meter freestyle event. This is a first-time event in the Olympics. They do it in the World Championships, but they don't run the 1,500-meter in the Olympics. That is
a long time in the pool swimming.
30 times across the pool.
It is.
It's 15 laps.
It's hard to watch because by the last time you're like, oh, who's going to drown? Like that's who we're betting on who's drowning.
I think they went to commercial break where they kind of do the side-by-side boxing where you can watch what's happening because they're like, man, I can't talk for this whole race.
Yeah, what movie did that? Was that Ricky Bobby did that, right? In the middle of a car crash, they went to commercial and they came back and the car crash was still happening.
So here it is, Katie Ledecky. So she was definitely the favorite, but there was another American in the race, and it was 20-year-old Erica Sullivan.
So hold off Sarah Kohler down there in lane 7, and I don't think Kohler's got enough to do it. Erica Sullivan is going to follow the greatest female swimmer of all time, Katie Ledecky, to the wall, who will win gold, and here comes 20-year-old Erica Sullivan to pick up the silver.
So Americans finished 1 and 2. First time having 1,500-meter swim event in the Olympics. And congratulations to 20-year-old Erica Sullivan getting the silver next to, as Dan Hicks said, the greatest swimmer of all time, female swimmer of all time, Katie Ledecky. That's pretty exciting.
Yep.
Jimmy, we have all of these videos posted at JimColbertLive.com, the Olympic update. You can see that race. You can also see the Chinese weightlifter Lee Fabin. He used just one leg in his competition and ended with gold. He set 2 records, but he was the Chinese weightlifter. He lost his balance and he lifted one leg. So he is holding his record weight up, but only on one leg. And you can see that video at JimColbertLive.com. As I mentioned, broke 2 records. He also ends up with the gold. And in judo, German Martina Trajdos, to get psyched for the match, she has her manager kind of get her ready in a unique way.
Slap her around.
Slaps her face.
Oh, get
absolutely.
out with that. Get out of here with that.
You can see the video.
Don't even think about it, Jimmy. I'm never going to ask you to help me get ready for the show that way.
Okay.
Unless you're the receiving end.
I'm not asking you to ask.
So if you go to JimColbertLive.com, you can actually see that. And, there was some backlash on social media, as you can expect. It's like, her male manager is slapping her in the face, but she's like, I wanted him to do that. And guess what? She also ended up losing. So,
see, abuse never works.
I think she said, if maybe he slapped her harder, then she would have done better.
Oh, man. What country is that? I love that.
Germany,
country.
baby.
That's right.
They're tough.
Yeah.
They're
We like
tough.
it very rough.
All right, let's finish it up. Medal count. USA now leads with 31 overall medals, but Japan leads with 13 gold. So Japan has more gold medals. We have more overall medals, but we've only just begun. We're not even a week into this. And tonight on primetime on NBC, coverage of men's individual all-around in gymnastics. So you have men's gymnastics, you have men's synchronized springboard final in diving, and then I like watching the diving. And then you have swimming final, so more medals going out in the pool, the men's 800-meter freestyle, as well as the 200-meter butterfly and other events there. So,
good job, man. That's awesome. Great coverage there, and good update as well, because I didn't get to watch all of it, so I love getting caught up for sure. All right, let's take a little break. 407-916-1041. Animal House up next. Savannah joins us from Gatorland.
Woohoo!
Your chance to win $1,000 is just minutes away on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Stopping the volume now, heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. Southbound 429, a solid ride too between Sinclair Road and I-4. Eastbound travel on I-4 still really heavy coming in, approaching US Highway 27 in Polk County up to 429, and then again between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Buck Sexton Show podcast.
Coming up this week on the Buck Sexton Show, how the Biden administration is desperate to avoid the recognition of all their failures. We'll dive into that and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Buck Sexton Show podcast on the iHeart app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Oh, how's your power bill, this summer in Florida? Your AC running every day, quite often. How many power bills are you going to continue to pay before you go to SolarSource.com? Solar Source. They are the leader in solar in Central Florida. They've been doing it the longest. Since 1984, Solar Source has installed over 60,000 systems. They are reliable, even offer you a 25-year warranty from a company with the history to back it up. I've had solar for about 8 years now. I love it. It's greatly reduced my power bill each and every month. I, in fact, now look forward to getting my power bill from Duke Energy to see how much I'm saving each month. That can be you. Go solar, reduce your carbon footprint, and start saving money on your power bill with SolarSource.com. Get a free savings estimate today at SolarSource.com. When you do, tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. It's SolarSource.com for a free savings estimate today. When it comes to power, trust the source. Solar Source.
Real Radio once again is putting $1,000 in the hand of our listeners. Listeners like Jason, who texted the keyword to 200-200, then answered his phone when he got the call. We got a live one. Jason, what advice would you give other Real Radio listeners trying to win $1,000 in your hand?
Keep hope alive. It does work.
Your chance at winning $1,000 happens 12 times a day with many more chances to win. Listen for the $1,000 keyword weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Real Radio. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
In business since 1992, Mills Air here in Central Florida for over 28 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer, performs service on all brands. Preventative maintenance saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit our website, millsair.com.
Matt Damon commands the screen in Stillwater.
My kid's been in jail 5 years.
The Americans did it.
My daughter's innocent.
For his daughter's freedom. Everybody thinks that I killed her. One father must find the truth.
She's my little girl. I'm not gonna give up.
No one would talk to you. It's not safe.
There's a new lead.
Dad, please.
You just have to trust me.
The most anticipated thriller of the summer is Stillwater. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. Only in theaters Friday.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Norwegian Cruise Line is back and sailing this summer. Kick back in the Caribbean or take in the stunning sights in Europe. And with our robust health and safety program, you can cruise confidently. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, free airfare, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free.
Ships Registry, the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
For nearly 60 years, the General has been saving people money on their car insurance. With affordable rates and the ability to pick when you pay, the General understands that every dollar counts and wants to give you the flexibility you need in your busy life. For the coverage you deserve at prices you can afford, call 800-GENERAL, that's 800-GENERAL, or go to thegeneral.com and get your quote today.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
Some restrictions apply.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassey's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassey's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
What? Just 15 seconds to talk about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea? That smooth taste of real brewed tea with just the right kick of alcohol. What? We started already. Twisted Tea, Hard Iced Tea. Look for it in the bright yellow cans.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
I donate plasma with BioLife because I like giving back.
I donate plasma with BioLife because people living with immune deficiencies need my help today.
I donate plasma with BioLife because I don't have a good reason not to.
I donate plasma with BioLife because I get paid.
I donate plasma with BioLife because I like a little extra spending cash.
I donate plasma with BioLife because I want to buy a TV for my bathroom one day.
Whatever your reason, BioLife makes it easy to earn up to $900 in your first month of donating. BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
Do you know something that may threaten your safety or the safety of others?
You have the superpower to make a difference simply by giving a tip.
An anonymous tip to Crime Line.
See it, say it here. Use your superpower.
Crimeline.org.
PD by CSTF.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio 104.1 has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword money, MONEY, money to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and information. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's money to 200-200. And may your efforts bear fruit.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is money, MONEY. Text that to the number 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Again, 4 o'clock keyword is money. Go get that cash. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right there. Deb's got Animal House.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
Animal House is generously brought to you each and every week by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. Right now, help me welcome back Savannah Bone from Gatorland. Yay! Oh, yeah. And she's standing in front of a door that says Live Animals. Hey, Savannah, how are you?
Hey, why can't I see you?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are.
Hey.
Swipe left.
So today we're going to be quiet and we're going to get a little lesson in baby crocodiles. Now, you guys know I'm not quiet, right?
Right. Yes, yeah,
we're aware.
We've heard. Your whisper is my voice.
So Chrissy is our incubation specialist, and she's going to tell us all about these little baby crocodiles that just hatched out.
Okay.
And they're the cutest things in the world. Hang on. We're going to go in here because we never do live stuff from our incubator room. So hold on.
Wow, this is a special moment for us. For those who do not know, we are on Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube. So if you want, join us. You'll be able to see Savannah take us into a room that no one else gets to go into Gatorland. Look at the babies.
Look at that. That's unbelievable,
so this
man.
is Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi.
Hi.
And Chrissy is going to tell you guys about the babies right here.
Oh, my God.
Look at them. Aren't they sweet?
Everybody, look, it's a tub of death.
Future death. Future death.
So I'm going to come up. So these are baby Nile crocodiles, and they just hatched out how many days ago?
Oh, goodness, you put me right on the spot. These
like
guys,
2 days ago.
Yes, there we go. 2 days ago.
So each one of those has the ability to grow to like 12, 15, 16 feet?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Or more.
Yes.
Now, will these babies stay at Gatorland Orlando, or are you going to lease them to other facilities?
Well, sometimes we do give our animals to other facilities to use for educational presentations and things like that. But these little baby Nile crocodiles are going to stay here with us.
Obviously, being that they're baby Nile crocodiles, they're not native to Florida, but we do have crocodiles here. Oh, look, do they chirp?
We do. We have American crocodiles here in the state of Florida. Chrissy and I just got back from a trip to Jamaica because American crocodiles exist in 17 different countries. And so we went over to Jamaica to work with the local people over there about American crocodile conservation projects.
So how do folks know the difference, and can you see them here in Central Florida? How physically, what's the difference between a crocodile and an alligator?
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at a lizard eating your leg, how do you really tell the difference?
You want to tell them, Chrissy?
Yep. So typically it's going to be shape of the snout. So you're going to see with the baby crocodiles, hi friend, they usually will have a very V-shaped snout. You see the bottom jaw is actually a little bit easier to tell V-shaped snout.
Yeah.
Bottom jaw. So alligators are going to have more of a U-shaped snout. Also, coloration is a big difference. Obviously, where they need to blend in out in the wild is going to be quite different. Alligators here in Florida, the water's really, really murky, so they're more black with yellow banding as babies. And then your crocodiles more usually like an olive color. So these guys are native to Africa, so you're going to have bigger, different color water over there. So it's a little bit different coloration. So you see like these guys, oh my goodness, almost like a tan color.
Oh, man, look
wow.
at that. That's crazy. So what do they eat at that age? I mean, is it still bugs, meat? I mean, it's obviously like a meat-based, protein-heavy diet, right?
Absolutely. So whenever they're babies out in the wild, they would eat like little bugs, little fish, stuff like that. When they're getting a little bit bigger, they would find like if a little mouse came up to get a drink of water, something like that. That could be an easy snack for these guys. but mostly going to be like little bugs, fish, sometimes little snails too. They also eat snails that's been found in their stomachs as well. But that's common diet for those guys. In captivity, we actually have what's called crock chow, and it's a complete diet in a pellet form that these guys get fed just to make sure that they're getting absolutely everything they need and we're not missing out on any ingredients or anything vital in their diet, vitamin-wise.
So you did say crock chow, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's like dog chow.
Yep.
But crock chow.
Yep.
Right. You can find it in any PetSmart.
Exactly. Your neighborhood Walmart certainly has crock chow.
Market near you.
When do you start giving these little suckers some names?
Oh my goodness. Usually when we get them in smaller collections and we start to like notice personalities and stuff like that, we try to do more gender neutral names because it's hard to have a Daisy and it turns out to be a Brutus or something like that. So yeah.
I mean, it's 2021.
Yeah, I mean, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Like our big albino alligator Pearl is named Pearl after Owen Godwin's wife who founded Gatorland, Pearl. But then we just found out Pearl was a boy.
Yeah.
How do you sex crocodiles and alligators? I take it by their
No.
that finger?
You probe them.
You probe them?
How you doing?
Yes.
Are you serious?
So I don't know if gator Tinder is good or bad.
Right. Is this a grinder situation here?
Hold up.
So look, here. Can you hold this, Todd?
Wow, I've never. Okay, this is fascinating. You definitely have to see us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
I don't know if we're cleared for this.
I don't know.
This is the umbilicus. This
look
is where the baby was attached inside the egg. And then down here is what's called a cloaca. Nice. And if you open up that cloaca and something is in there, it's a boy. If nothing is in there, it's a girl.
All right, very good.
I feel like I work with reptiles every single day.
You know what?
Oh,
Deborah? You are 100% right. You do, with the exception of Ross, who's a cute and cuddly.
Oh,
yeah. Get out of here. How dare you on my own show? How dare you?
Well, Chrissy, I wanted to know because out in the natural, mama alligators, I think this would be nesting season, right? And it's all like dead leaves and stuff. So how do you guys care for these babies since they're not being cared for by a mama crocodile?
So mainly when they're with mama, they just need to be protected from predators. Pretty much everything here in Florida would be potential predators, even from birds. You have like your different turtles, fish, even largemouth bass. Easily baby alligator, as cute and cuddly as they are, otters are a huge threat to these guys. Raccoons, you name it. Anything these guys would eat as adults would eat them as babies. So circle of life. So we just pretty much just keep them safe and just heat them and feed them. Keep them warm, keep them fed. It's pretty much all you gotta do with these little guys.
Unreal.
I think that's how you raised your children, isn't it, Jimmy?
Yeah. Actually, I was raised way worse than that. I had a heat rock and I got a chicken leg every other day. I drank pond water. It was okay life. People had it worse.
Well, are there any? I know there's some special events. You guys had a rescue gator that you were taking names for. Have you gotten a name, or is that still going on?
So we did an adopt a gator program, but I think people just get really confused about how to adopt the alligators. We have this new alligator. We're going to let somebody adopt them. It's a $500 adoption fee, which is no different than when you adopt a dog or a cat. You have to pay that fee, right? So we've been waiting for someone to adopt this alligator. It's a beautiful alligator, but it's learning the name of New Gator. So unless somebody does it soon, its name is forever going to be New Gator because that's the name it comes to now.
I kind of like it. It might get to his head, though.
So where do folks go to get information on if they want to adopt that gator and give him a new name so he doesn't have to be known as New Gator for the rest of his life?
Like New Balance.
So you can email us at customerservice@gatorland.com. You can also go to our website and see our brand new American Crocodile t-shirt that we're doing. So you guys, and I know Ross does and Jimmy probably does as well. You've heard of Freehand Goods Orlando, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Easton Market.
Okay. So we did a collaboration with Freehand Goods Orlando, which is an incredible one. And so we're selling American Crocodile tank tops, t-shirts, kids shirts, things like that. They're selling them at Freehand Goods. And we're selling them here at Gatorland. It's our first collaboration. So if you go to our Facebook, you can check those out and you can buy one. There's a link to buy right there. All that money goes to Gatorland Global Conservation Project.
Yeah, Freehand's great people, too. Ross and I have been buying their T-shirts. We actually gave our kids Freehand Goods gifts for Christmas this year, and they love that Hyper Florida thing. That's been part of their design thing forever, so you guys make a perfect couple there. So.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does really well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the Sunshine State company when it comes to selling things. All of their artists and all of their artisans are local here.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
why we wanted to work with them so bad, and they're a great partner to have, family owned and operated, just like Gatorland. And they got the best alligator T-shirts in the game, man.
And good backpacks. My backpack is a Freehand Goods backpack.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and thanks for sharing that special space in there in the birth of these brand new crocodiles.
Yeah,
we really appreciate that exclusivity. We really do. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yay! Savannah, Chrissy, and all of the Baby Nile crocodiles over at Gatorland. We're going to have the Animal House podcast posted so you can check that out and get your tickets to go to Gatorland and see the baby crocs. As always, thank you, you guys. Animal House.
See you guys.
We love you too. Thank you. Animal House is brought to you by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. If you or someone you know and love has been in a car, truck, or even a motorcycle accident, they need to call Klausman Law. And here's one of the reasons why. Not only is Glenn not going to pass you off on a caseworker, Glenn is going to personally handle your case. Chances are you don't even have to have a case to call Glenn. He loves getting calls from listeners, even when they just call about their insurance policy. He's been voted Legal Elite and Super Lawyer year after year and is also an animal lover and a real friend of the show. So if you've been in an accident, give him a call at 407-917-1718, or you can check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Orlando City is back at Exploria Stadium to host Atlanta United this Friday. Coverage starts at 7:30 on our sister station, FM 96.9 The Game and iHeartRadio. Orlando City matches on Real Radio, brought to you by Mossy Oak Fence.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best, goldsmithjewelry.com.
Stop and go volume now heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. Southbound 429 is Solid Ride 2 between Sinclair Road and I-4. Eastbound travel on I-4 still really heavy coming in, approaching U.S. Highway 27 in Polk County up to 429, and then again between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. You may have heard that Allstate has new low auto rates, but isn't it time to see for yourself? With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Guys, when I think about a custom fence from Mossy Oak Fence, I think about two things. That's high quality, man. These guys know how to do it. Skilled craftsmen at Mossy Oak Fence use only the very best materials, high quality that's backed by the best warranty in the business. And I think about sensibility because these guys are awesome. They offer very affordable payment plans so that you can get the fence of your dreams. But namely, I think about safety and security. Number one, this is what they think about, guys. These is number one priority for the guys over at Mossy Oak Fences. So if you're thinking about a new fence, think Mossy Oak Fences and visit mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Got a bill to pay fast? HandAmp's got your bill and payment, and it gets paid electronically. Electric, phone, water, cable. For a full list of billers, go to amscot.com.
Amscot.
Bill collect fees apply.
At Walgreens, we're committed to the fight against COVID-19. That's why we offer no-cost, contactless COVID-19 testing with same-day results at thousands of locations nationwide for patients ages 3 and up. Our pharmacy experts have administered millions of tests and are here to help when you need us. Schedule your COVID-19 test at no cost to you at walgreens.com/COVID-19 testing.
No cost to you with most insurance or government assistance. For ages 3 and up at select test locations. Test results turnaround time may vary by location depending on test type.
Twin Peaks Orlando is hiring all positions, including line cooks and support staff. If you're interested in working in a fun and exciting environment, apply in person today at Lake Buena Vista, iDrive, or Altamont Springs. Or text TP Jobs to 85000. We look forward to seeing you soon.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car.
or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Hold on. You want me to tell them about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in just 30 seconds? This is impossible. Hey, I'm Billy from Twisted Tea. How can I explain that first sip of cold, smooth, real brewed tea? So good! And the extra kick you get from just the right amount of alcohol? The twist of lemon, Wait, what? We're almost out of time? Oh, shit. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
If you're from Orlando, you know how we do food in the City Beautiful. We waffle our chicken in Metro Diner, udon our noodles at Bento Asian Kitchen, and ye can always find the golden tenders at PDQ. That's why there's DoorDash. Get food from every neighborhood in Orlando. Food so good, it'll make you happier than that other happy place in town. Download the DoorDash app now to find your local favorites. Made by Orlando. Order on DoorDash.
Get your fill of wings, beer, and world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters is great anytime. Game time, lunchtime, or happy hour. Be sure to catch the live stream of the sold-out Miss Hooters pageant from Hooters of iDrive this Thursday at your local Hooters and Hooters.com/pageant.
Duke Energy is ready to help you through this year's hurricane season. We're investing in a stronger, more resilient grid to help reduce and even prevent outages. And when storms strike, Duke Energy will be there to get the power back on as safely and quickly as possible, while keeping you informed. It's all part of building a smarter energy future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Donating plasma is an important thing to do.
But why?
Well, because it helps make life-changing medicines that treat people with rare diseases.
But why?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
But why?
You sound like grandma.
But why?
Ah, you tell me, buddy. BioLife Plasma Services needs life-saving plasma, which is why new donors could earn up to $900 in the first month. So go ahead and take a break from all the questions and change some lives while you're at it. BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
Now everyone can create free playlists on the free iHeart app. And we've made it super easy. When your favorite station plays a song you love, tap the plus symbol, and just like that, you've started a playlist. Create playlists for any mood or occasion, from chilling out to working out. And everything in between. And it's totally free. New and exclusively on the free iHeart app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Since 1992, Mills Air has kept Orlando cool. Visit millsair.com to schedule your service today.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in on this beautiful, weirdly, oddly overcast, hot Wednesday afternoon here in Central Florida as we roll through the day. Scott Maxwell coming up a little bit later in the program. Your 4 o'clock keyword is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Remember, text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. How awesome would that be to have right now?
Give me $1,000 and I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, I bet. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here along with Jack and Ross. Deb, you brought up something in your newscast I wanted to talk about. Jack and I were making fun of this at the beginning of the show.
Not you, Deb. We weren't making fun of you at the beginning of the show.
Well,
we were kind of doing that on the break.
This part we weren't.
Yeah.
Seminole County, I love living in Seminole County. I lived in Orange County for a short period of time, and I lived in Baldwin Park, moved back out here, live out in the very rural city of Geneva. Love it out here. Love the people. Love everything about it. And this is one of the reasons I moved to this county. I absolutely love Seminole County. Lived in Seminole County actually most of my life here in Central Florida, and just love the way they run the county. I think the people that we elect to do the things we got to do, with the exception of a few of these guys, really and ladies, really know what they're doing, and they protect the natural beauty that is this county. And this move that they've made could be a really kind of, I don't know if it's a trendsetter or not. I don't know where this came or if this has happened before in other states. Of course, Florida, I think, only second to Arizona, maybe, for the most golf courses. We're 1, 2, or 3. It's in there somewhere.
I think I would say we're only second to that. But if nothing else, this is what a way to repurpose, reuse.
This is great,
recycle.
Man. You know, unfortunately, when you hear Florida and you hear land, the next thought is not park. The next thought is not public access. The next thought is development. That's what we hear in the state of Florida for you people who live here and live in Seminole County. Obviously, we battle it all the time. Developers trying to get this land out of here and turn it into more homes or condos or whatever. Not necessarily the best thing for all communities. And I think it's kind of interesting that the county here has decided to spend quite a bit of money to purchase these properties, Deer Run and Wekiva Golf Club. Rolling Hills has already been purchased, by the way, which was right up in the middle of Altamont Springs. It was a beautiful old school club that had been in Orlando for many, many years, I think since the early 70s. But it's really kind of cool. Deer Run now that has an entire community built around it. I mean, you guys know that big run of communities here in Central Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Twin Rivers out here in Seminole County. Of course, Deer Run, Metro West, all these places that they would go in, they would build a golf course so that they could sell homes that were golf front or golf community homes. It was like almost an equation, and it worked quite well. If you just find a rural piece of Florida, get a designer, go in there, build a golf course, and then just cut up some plots and start selling homes. At a 20% increase of what they're selling down the road where it doesn't have a golf course. The problem is the game was incapable of sustaining the properties. The members, because there's so many golf courses in Central Florida, who would want to play just one? It's not like you don't have access to the others. So you would play for a couple years or whatever and then get bored. You don't want to do the social stuff because that's elsewhere. The club life is different now. There are very few of those that make it. So to see the county step up and spend millions of dollars, really, I mean millions of dollars to turn these properties into something that will maintain property values for those homeowners so that they can keep that, the property tax level up and keep the county nice so that they can raise enough money to make sure that, it's a place that people want to come and live and set up their businesses and do business and raise their families. I love this idea. I mean, I don't know about you guys. This is something I hope catches on because there's a lot of vacant property out there. Rock Springs Ridge out in Apopka, that's a ton of land out there.
I wonder if they're going to keep the paths.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen, Ross? They're going to turn all of those paths into natural walkways.
That's such a great idea.
But they are. So they're going to be bike paths. Golf courses, I think when you walk, it's like 3 or 4 miles or whatever. So what you're going to see is that. And here's the great thing. One of the things they said was, one of the really interesting things that came out of the Seminole County Commission meeting was, and by the way, they had nobody show up to vote against it or even speak against it. It was in unison. The entire county pretty much was like, hell yes, please buy these properties and not let them just become Grover rat gardens, which is exactly, I think the homeowners now have been taking turns cleaning some of that property to make sure it doesn't overgrow.
Well, speaking of the homeowners, they're finally going to get some of their property value back because, of course, they were charged for having a golf course view when they bought that home. Not foreseeing 10, 15 years down the road when it becomes that overgrown rat garden. That affects everyone's property values, whereas having green space that the community can enjoy can bring some of that value back.
I think so, too. And I think more, here's the great thing, really, if they wanted to, they could still run a golf kind of thing there. And I think they plan on having putting greens, but, golf courses are super expensive to maintain.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And not to mention they dump pesticides and fertilizers into the waterways. And by the way, around Deer Run specifically, that feeds Lake Howell, which winds up feeding into Lake Jessup, which eventually would wind up in the St. Johns River. Of course, we don't need the St. Johns River getting sick. It's one of our beautiful natural resources here, and a lot of it happens in Seminole County. So it's really cool to see that. And they're not going to allow them to develop it because, like they were saying, well, if we developed it, again, all that wastewater coming off the development or coming out of the development would be just as bad as the nitrogen that the golf course would be pumping into it. So I think they're going to keep it relatively natural. I do. And they're going to provide, bike paths, exercise areas. And I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be one of these things that other communities are going to look at and they're going to go, That is what we should be doing. We should be buying these properties for a dime on the dollar because of their distressed nature and going in there rebuilding them for a few $1,000,000 and then making that money back through corporate sponsorships or community partners or possibly even what?
Let's get a disc golf thing happening too.
Yeah,
in this
man,
part.
I'm telling you, Jack, I am hyped for this. I am honestly super excited to see what they do because I'm telling you, man, I believe that this community is really more. They need that more than ever now with the moniker of the generation of the millennials, being one of the first panel in front of your face, generations completely,
Yeah.
We need more areas that are enticing for them to get out. That doesn't cost $65 or $80 to go enjoy or an expensive set of golf clubs. You can just walk out to the course and go for a roll on your bike or, with your kids or whatever. I just absolutely love this idea.
I was wondering if millennials have that same kind of business sense in the golf course, and someone just texted us at 77031 and answered it saying millennials do not do business on a golf course. That is why they are going away.
Listen, it is there's a billion reasons. That's a great one. But like Ross grew up in a golf kind of family and community. He understands the idea of club life. His father was a touring professional and knew all the big pros back in the day and was super familiar with the idea of going to the club and having lunch there and then, taking your showers there and having clothes and, and knowing everybody there, meeting there for dinner and stuff. I mean, that's part of that community. It just doesn't happen like that anymore.
It doesn't. I mean, I know I only look at golf now as a fun way to hang out with my friends, not talk about the Dow.
And and there's Top Golf for that now. There's Top Golf. You don't have to worry about getting out there. You can go to the third floor, load up with your buddies, and get service with drinks and pretty darn good food and
AC.
a damn good time and AC if you want it. And why would you even do that anymore? So there's going to be fewer clubs, which is fine. I mean, we really didn't need that many. But, man, these areas that have been built around there, to get that support of having something that would keep those property values or bring those back. Stony Brook West, and I believe even Stony Brook East also went heads up. I mean, there's so many of these golf courses. Somebody was saying, I guess, Winter Garden is thinking about doing that with Stony Brook West. So I hope they do. Rock Springs Ridge out there, 3 9-hole golf courses out in Apopka that, again, Apopka making a lot of progressive moves out there with their entertainment facilities and sports facilities. I think this is cool, man.
This is how disc golf comes out on top, man.
Yeah. Come on, Winter Springs. Let's get that course converted.
Yeah, we've already got a disc golf course in Mount Dora.
Dude, I'm telling you, we can do
them on my way going to work and coming home every day.
There's Deb with the flex.
I'll straight up push a disc golf tournament, and this will be our foursome. And we'll get companies.
Don't you look
come
at
in.
me.
We'll get. It doesn't matter. You're playing. If we come in dead last, you will be playing. Oh, come on now.
Pickleball is the only time I'm ever going to let you drag me back to middle school.
Listen, you can throw a
frisbee. It was horrible. No, I can't.
You can hold a marble in one hand and you can throw a frisbee in the other.
No, I cannot. What are you laughing at, Ross?
Because you can. You got to believe in yourself.
No, seriously.
You watch enough Disney movies to believe in yourself.
You do.
We're asking for
if anybody in the world
frisbee
should believe in themselves, it's you. You're
That's a really good point.
You're the fairy princess, man. Everything should be possible to you. Are you kidding?
We gotta work on the wordage here. We're not asking you to go play disc golf. We're asking you to go find Nemo.
Right.
Yeah. I'll drive the drink cart, in other words.
No, you can. How about this? It's a cartoon flounder you're throwing. That's it.
I wonder if disc golf even has cart girls.
No.
It's just on a unicycle.
There's no carts.
Yeah, there's no carts.
No, there are. When you see their caddy, when you see their little golf, well, they're not golf bags, but I mean, they all have like their thing with their discs in there and they're different colors.
Yeah, they're trying a little too hard.
I agree.
Don't get too excited. It's a computer bag. They cut the top off of.
Yeah.
I mean, this don't give them a lot of credit. We saw the championships of it. It was happening in the woods. It looked like a convention of ex bass techs for metal bands.
Exactly. And before I would have dismissed it as, okay, so this is where hacky sack guys go when they can't do that anymore. They play disc golf. Until you showed video of that championship, and it was almost like seeing a PGA tour when you saw the amount of people on the green watching that disc golf tournament. Was unbelievable, the interest.
Simply amazing. I have to tell you, there's a TikTok channel with guys doing crazy disc golf shots, and it's friggin' amazing.
It is.
I mean, throwing a frisbee, you say throwing it to a person or in the area of a person's one thing, but throwing it 180 yards into a basket, and doing that 3 out of 10 times.
Exactly.
Pretty darn impressive. But there's a couple guys on TikTok that are doing some crazy stuff like that. But I would easily do a disc golf. Like I would do a tournament in a second. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
There you go, Jack. Thank you.
No takers? You guys, what is it with the two of you?
No, I want to play. I want to play disc golf. I think that's a low impact sport. You
that
get
would be a
outside.
great date
it's doing
night for
something.
you guys.
It's not looking at a screen.
Deborah, you can come out there and walk with us and throw a frisbee. Anybody
I will
can
go
throw
out
a
there.
frisbee.
Jimmy likes it because it's the next evolution of can jam.
Yeah. I can get people in the can jam. I can get them into this. I mean, 9 holes takes like 40 minutes.
Yeah, can jam's a hard sell, but I think you should go out into a disc golf course and then let them know that can jam exists by just blocking all their shots.
I would slam them
all
in the
their
bucket.
hole-in-ones away.
I would slam them in and then get credit for it. But give me that. It's 2 points.
Oh, man.
407-916-1041.
Did you hear the news about Bob Odenkirk?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He
collapsed on the set.
Yeah.
I didn't know till a texter just let us know, so I looked it up. Yeah. And they're doing the 6th and final season of Better Call Saul, which airs on AMC, and that's set to air next year. But collapsed on the set, 58-year-old actor taken to the hospital yesterday with no new words, and our boy Sauce wearing a Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, they don't know what caused the collapse.
I think Odenkirk is a just phenomenal entertainer, beast, writer.
Oh yeah,
he is a monster. Did you see the movie Nobody yet, Ross?
I have not, but it is something that I really want to see.
Well, check it out. I mean, it's kind of fun. It gets a little campy at the end, but here's the thing: he could pull that role off. I mean, he's got that deadpan kind of you don't know what he's thinking at any time kind of face. So, I mean, he can do that kind of thing.
I hear they were talking about Nobody 2.
Oh yeah, I mean,
making another one.
I mean, you could take that guy and put him in a lot of situations, and obviously, and the end of this movie actually, I believe, if I remember right, leads you to believe that they could, have this happen again. So, yeah. I didn't give it away. I didn't say anything.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Saw another movie last night. We're in the movie watching a thing called Dark Places. I think it's Charlize Theron. And it's weird because now you'll get stars they'll be making like gigantic movie cinema releases, and then you'll see them pop up in some Netflix movie. You're like, wait a minute, why are they in this movie? Like they owed somebody a movie or something, because there's a number of those movies on Netflix. One has Brad Pitt. He's like on the thing of it, and it's him in some army movie that you've never heard of in your life.
Jimmy, I don't think from a production standpoint there's any difference between the theater release movie and the made-to-Netflix movie. I mean, they're investing money. The money they're investing in the way they're shot, I don't think there's much difference. I mean, you may make the claim it's a quality issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about is, how they tell the story, how the movie kind of rolls around. I mean, this one wasn't bad. The one we saw the other night that Dave Franco, the Rental.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie for a guy, only out a couple films, and he didn't have a gigantic budget to work with. He created some genuinely scary thriller moments with none of that, and not a lot of gore either. So it was great. So I can see good ones. This one with Charlize Theron wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It's just kind of interesting to see her in a movie, and she is by a billion the biggest star in the movie. The only one. There's
a movie series out that's been pretty popular that I have not seen that I now want to go back and see. I heard an interview it was on the Best of the News Junkie just the other day with, I think, the screenwriter of one of these movies, and also wrote Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. I'm talking about John Wick.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
John Wick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. The first one's actually, I think he does a pretty darn good job at that. Again, in my opinion with Keanu Reeves, the less he talks, the better.
Yeah. It's kind of like...
This allows him to stretch that not talking muscle.
Is it like a extenuation of the Matrix?
It's kind of, but put Matrix as a kind of dark, shadowy kind of anti-villain thing, whatever.
I mean, they're different movies. The Matrix is over here telling you that our reality is not the real reality, and that he gets woken up to a dystopian current reality, the real one. And then John Wick is that his puppy got killed and he is pissed. So I would say it's a little different.
Yeah, he's pissed and he's got a whole bunch of guns.
Oh, I have
All
a whole new love just
All
on
right.
that description alone.
407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Don't forget your 4 o'clock keyword still valid, guys. Go out there and try to get that cash. It's money, M-O-N-E-Y. Text that to 200 for your shot to win. I'll tell you about that Hobby Lobby story next. You're going to dig this.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Lightning storms will be with us right through the end of the week. Today, no exception. The storms ending late this evening. Overnight, a steamy low of 78 degrees. The high tomorrow, 93. Our chance for rain on Thursday at 60%. Now, this weekend, rain chances go down just a bit. We're talking a 40% chance on Saturday, a 50% chance Sunday. But any storms that form could have a lot of lightning with them, and we'll see high temperatures in the mid and upper 90s. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. You may have heard that Allstate has new low auto rates, but isn't it time to see for yourself? With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Guys, look, if you wear contact lenses, you're going to want to listen up. I don't know if you've known this. I mean, have you ever tired of having those red, itchy eyes? Do you feel like there's sand in your eyes while wearing your contact lenses? Well, you could be suffering from a condition known as contact lens intolerance, or CLI. And contact lens intolerance affects millions of contact lens wearers. And if you happen to have any of the symptoms I just mentioned, you could be one of them. Good thing is the Filatowski Eye Institute are leaders in vision correction surgery and can help you with this issue. Schedule your free consultation today simply by texting 1041 to 868686. Again, schedule a free consultation and learn more by texting 1041 to 868686 for the Filatowski Eye Institute.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever, like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty, and introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
Matt Damon commands the screen in Stillwater.
My kid's been in jail 5 years.
The Americans did it.
My daughter's innocent.
For his daughter's freedom,
Everybody thinks that I killed her.
one father must find the truth.
She's my little girl. I'm not gonna give up.
No one would talk to you. It's not safe.
There's a new lead.
Dad, please.
You just have to trust me.
The most anticipated thriller of the summer is Stillwater. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. Only in theaters Friday.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
A SunTrust checking account lets you stay on top of your money and help it grow. Plant the seeds for your goals with access to financial resources and tools. Keep an eye on your spending, hedging and managing it by setting limits on our mobile app. And rake in cash back on debit card purchases from your favorite retailers with SunTrust deals. With all the right tools, your account can blossom. Open an account today at suntrust.com/checking. Must have online banking to participate in SunTrust deals. SunTrust, now Truist. Member FDIC.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Ah, there's no place like Panera, where a bite of the toasty, saucy Chipotle chicken avocado melt tastes like, focaccia. A cool and refreshing strawberry poppy seed salad al fresco is so sweet. And a cheesy Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza in your favorite booth feels just right. So treat yourself, because there's no place like Panera. Order on the app today. Restrictions apply. Visit PaneraBread.com.
Tampa Bay's winning streak continues with bold starts, crowd-pleasing finishes, and more world titles. Like Rate Beer naming Tampa Bay home to some of the world's best breweries. Discover Tampa Bay's award-winning craft beer and spirit scene with Florida's biggest concentration of craft breweries. Taste unexpected flavors and new twists on familiar favorites, highlighting local ingredients like citrus and Cuban coffee, all just a short drive away. Get your free beer pass and more at baycrafted.com.
And please drink responsibly.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Wassey's Meat Market for the lowest price on a big green egg.
Twitter. It's not just for dragging people. It's mostly Real Radio, just for dragging people. 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Do you live in Leesburg or anywhere close? If so, listen up. The last show of Real Radio's We Come to You comedy tours in Leesburg at the Melon Patch Theater, Saturday, July 31st.
The first show went great.
Kevin Hart was not there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you think he would be there.
You never know.
I do know. I've never met him. Why do you keep bringing him?
Tickets at OrlandoComedy.com. Once again, tickets are at OrlandoComedy.com. We're coming for you, Leesburg. Kevin Hart will not be there, but Ross Padgett and Sabrina Amber will.
Real Radio. Real Radio. Radio.
104.1.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text our show at 77031. Money is your 4 o'clock keyword. It's still valid. Text it to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. We're playing a little ZZ Top because announced today by the band via Facebook, I believe.
Yeah.
It was on Instagram as well, I believe. That Dusty Hill, the longtime bass player for the Texas-based blues band, has passed away quietly at his home at 72 years old. I guess just a week ago or so, he had a fall where he broke his hip. I don't know that anybody thought anything of it. And then went home to rehab, and then his passed away. So I'm sure we'll get more information as the story develops. That just breaking, I guess, right before we went on the air. 407-916-1041. Never saw them live. That would have been kind of cool.
I did, back in the 80s.
Yeah, were they any good?
You know, Jimmy, it was an arena show.
Oh, man, 3 people on an arena stage?
I distinctly remember sitting there halfway through saying, I can't wait till this is over.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Were you ever a ZZ Top fan?
A huge
beforehand?
one. I mean, I have Six Pack, the double CD on that, or it's a triple CD set, I believe. Their greatest hits and Eliminator. Of course, it was the iconic videos at the time in the 80s of that. Everyone wanted that double Z keychain.
Oh, yeah. And the car.
From Sharp Dressed Man. And, yeah. So,
and the woman.
Yeah. No, I always enjoyed the music and stuff. I just remember, the show was a little flat. And, I thought they were coming around again. I thought they had a current tour happening now.
I mean, they were playing when I think they were playing like when he fell. They were out. I mean, matter of fact, they announced that the tour was going to go on even without him. They were going to have his bass tech step in.
Oh, already? Boom.
Yeah,
wow.
Well, I don't know that they thought
Smack
it was
his beard on and go?
But I don't know that they thought it was a big deal. So we're probably going to learn that something either something happened in rehab or possible blood clot, I guess, could happen. And don't they worry about that at that age? That you
at any age.
Yeah, when you break something, you cause internal bleeding, which
especially those big bones.
Yeah, so I don't really know the story. Like I said, we'll probably find out more as this progresses, as we kind of find out what's going on. But
they had a big tour going on.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they were in it. I mean, 72 isn't that old. I mean, and again, not known for super electric shows anyway. They just basically stood there. You went to listen to Billy Gibbons play guitar. That's what you did.
November 11th, they were playing the Hard Rock Live here in Orlando.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but check it out. They had, 6 Florida dates. Key West, they were playing.
Oh, that would have been such a good show.
Hollywood, Tampa, Orlando, Fort Myers, Jacksonville, Melbourne.
Yeah, man. I mean, they were a working band. Billy Gibbons, I believe, is in his 70s. I'm not sure about the drummer.
Frank Beard.
Frank Beard, which
the
is
only
weird.
one without a beard.
Without a beard. I don't really know where he is or whatever, if he's still around or whatever, but I know Billy Gibbons is still kicking around and still plays guitar. His Daryl's House thing, if I remember, was damn good, because he's just such a classic, legendary blues player. Yeah, real, kind of that Texas blues thing, like Stevie Ray played a little bit, but not quite like that. He's like Roadhouse blues kind of thing.
Yeah, they were scheduled to play last night, or tonight rather, Wednesday night in South Carolina.
Yeah, man. So, our heart goes out to those guys. I mean, legendary band. I mean, they've been around since the 70s. Still playing. Look at that. Still had that tour right around the 70s, in their 70s, still playing. 407-916-1041. So this little story about Hobby Lobby is kind of interesting because, do you guys know anything about the company?
Yeah, very religious.
Right.
They fought and won the right to not have their staff be able to get birth control on their company health insurance plan.
Yes.
And the owner got in trouble for sneaking antiquities into the country.
Yeah, so this falls on that last one. Yeah, really kind of a sketchy thing. They're not open on Sundays.
Yeah.
Right.
They identify as a Christian company, which is perfectly fine.
So
Nothing
do
wrong with
not
that.
go there for Halloween crafts or Halloween decorations, because
Right.
I can tell you there ain't any.
But there's no commandment about stealing antiquities.
Absolutely.
Stealing in general,
stealing
but
is a hard word here,
antiquiting, okay, just
It's a
like
hard
borrowing.
word.
Let's call it borrowing.
So
Repurposing.
So this did happen
Sneaking.
for sure. These guys have been into some stuff here in 2003, 2014. There was some sketchy stuff that went on. Basically, the owner of the company said, "Hey, I'm just kind of new in this game. I'm not really sure what the protocol is. I didn't know what I was doing.
Sure,
kind of claimed ignorance. And of course, if you only did it once, that's fine. Turns out that maybe it wasn't exactly just once, because this piece of, and it's funny, they didn't even fight over it. This is a piece of pottery that they had purchased from somebody, a private person, for $1.6 million. They had to wind up forfeiting it to the United States government because I guess it was acquired illegally. Have you guys ever heard of the Gilgamesh tablet?
That's a religious thing, right?
The Gilgamesh tablet.
Yeah, I heard tablet. It's either acid or religion.
Yeah, so it's a little piece of tablet that has the Sumerian writing in it, and it tells a portion of the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is a Sumerian poem, one of the world's oldest works, and it is really, really important, of course, to religious collectors. It would be unbelievably important, but they took this from them and now are going to, I think they're going to return it to the country of origin, if I remember, for them to put it into a museum to keep so people could come and visit the Tablet of Gilgamesh.
Hobby Lobby needs a new hobby.
You did put it down pretty succinctly there.
Yeah. And it's weird. Not only did they have this, I guess they had a letter that was supposed to explain the provenance of the thing, and it was fake. So they have been knee deep in it a couple times. They've actually had to pay fines. I believe this is now the second time they've had to pay fines because of their dealing in special religious antiquities.
$1.6 million.
I think this cat has seen too many Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I think so too. And did not respond to the request for an interview. Federal court judge on Monday entered an order documenting the handover of the rare tablet. It's currently being stored in Brooklyn, but on its way to, I believe, Iran. or somewhere like
or
that.
Iraq.
Iraq. There
Iraq,
you go.
because that's where it originated in the area of modern-day Iraq. It was illegally transported to the U.S., like you said, Jimmy, in 2003 and again 2014.
Pre-Jesus, 3,500 years old. So it is
Old.
very, 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 very important, to those guys.
I like that term, pre-Jesus.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
always,
pre-Jesus.
it's always BC.
Yeah.
This
is way BC.
Yeah, this is way BC.
It's generations.
How were you taught what BC and AD were supposed to mean? I was always taught BC was before Christ and AD was after death.
Yeah, and I like how Jim's way of going it. This is, pre-Jesus. Let's go ahead and make the point in time the day he was born and not the guy's death.
So I was always taught it was before Christ, but AD actually stood for something else. It wasn't after death, but I think it was the Latin
Anno
phrase.
Domini?
Yes. All right. But now it's BCE and before Common Era, and then AD.
Okay, before Common Era.
Or maybe
Thank
it's ACE. Ace.
So, but it was based on the birth of Christ, though, right? So they just chose Common Era instead.
Yes, but to make it a little more secular.
Okay, that sounds stupid.
You're
Why
a
would
rock
you do that?
star.
It's not the truth. Yeah, go ahead.
No, just like you're a rock star when the rules of time bends to whenever you dipped out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, simply put, BCE, before Common Era, is a secular version of BC, before Christ. CE, Common Era, is the secular equivalent of AD, which is Anno Domini, or Domini, which means in the year of the Lord in Latin.
There you go.
Nice.
Little lesson for you.
What was BCE again?
Before Common Era.
There you go.
Era.
407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Signal break, top of the hour. I want to tell you guys about this. Well, I want to go over this with you. This lawsuit with Remington Gun Company or Arm Company. I don't know if you've heard about it. It was an offer given up to the victims of the Sandy Hook shooting. And I'll tell you about what that means here in a second.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Well, if you know anyone that's coming in from Polk County on I-4, it may be a while. Eastbound is a solid ride approaching U.S. Highway 27 all the way up to 429. It's also busy, too, between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound travel on I-4, stop and go between World Drive and 429. Southbound 429, also heavy now between Sinclair Road and I-4. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for a job? Contact Express Employment Professionals and be part of their national hiring event. With one application, Express connects you with multiple employers and never charges a fee. Go to ExpressPros.com, find your nearest office, and call Express today.
You can save money on your energy bills when you make your home more energy efficient. One of the big ways you can do that is the windows and doors you have in your home. My home, built in the 70s, the windows were not efficient at all. That changed the day FAS Windows and Doors installed new double pane low E windows. They give me better protection, keeps my AC working less, keeps the heat outside, also added instant curb appeal, and I have security impact glass, which makes my home more secure. It's a win all the way around with FAS Windows and Doors. Expert people, they've been doing this for years. They've been advertising on Real Radio for decades, and it's just great people with a great product. See what they can do for you. Check out their showroom. It's in Winter Park, right on Fairbanks, right off I-4, right by Skycraft there. You can see what their products look like. You could also see them online at faswd.com. That's FASWD.com.
There is nothing harder than being a parent right now. So if your house currently sounds like this, you need a break. And surprisingly, donating plasma at BioLife Plasma Services can give you a break. Stay with me here. It's a physical break from the kids. Yes, finally some alone time. Give your bank account a break. You could earn up to $900 in your first month. and a break from reality. Free Wi-Fi, baby. So book an appointment today to donate your life-saving plasma. BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
What? Just 15 seconds to talk about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea? That smooth taste of real brewed tea with just the right kick of alcohol. What? We started already. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for it in the bright yellow cans.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Owning a business comes with pressure. There's a limit to what I can do and still keep employees engaged. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR experience to work to help me with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance, while giving my employees competitive benefit options. And because I'm able to focus on other priorities, my employees can thrive and my business can grow. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
For nearly 60 years, The General has been saving people money on their car insurance. With affordable rates and the ability to pick when you pay, The General understands that every dollar counts and wants to give you the flexibility you need in your busy life. For the coverage you deserve at prices you can afford, call 800-GENERAL. That's 800-GENERAL. Or go to thegeneral.com and get your quote today.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with The General.
Some restrictions apply.
When life-changing events happen, it's important to have somebody there to take the burden off of your shoulders. At those moments, Kramer Law is there for you. If you were involved in a divorce or you're having a dispute with your ex, Kramer Law will be there to take care of you every step of the way. Life-changing events happen. Having a lawyer on your side is the smart move. No matter what the legal issue, we're here for you. Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
At Checkers, we're loading up our next Baconzilla with melty cheese and plenty of bacon for Mary. See, Mary had a little trouble fixing up an old car today. A really, really old car. So we fixed up a couple of hand-seasoned 100% beef patties and topped them with melty cheddar cheese and crispy bacon. Just for her. Mary, you got that old jalopy running again. Now go grab yourself a bacony, cheesy reward. You've earned it. Baconzilla, only at Checkers. Get it delivered through our new rewards app.
It costs nothing to be kind. In fact, it actually pays. By donating plasma at BioLife Plasma Services, your kindness enables someone else to live more fully. And just imagine the difference you could make if you could take the $900 you could earn in the first month and donate it to your favorite charity. Or buy a school teacher supplies. Or buy everyone in your neighborhood noise-canceling headphones because your granddaughter is learning the recorder. She has to get better soon, right? BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
Florida, get ready for more savings at Walmart. Ooh, I can't wait. No sales tax weekend, July 31st through August 9th. Save more on the latest fashion, tech, and school supplies.
I'll get everything my kids need for school.
Cool sneakers and the latest styles from Justice, Reebok, and more.
And I'll get everything I want for me.
Don't miss No Sales Tax Weekend, Florida, July 31st through August 9th. Shop more with no sales tax on top of our everyday low prices at Walmart. Here we go. Offer good only in Florida on eligible items July 31st through August 9th, 2021.
Used cars for $99 down, $99 a month. Now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynch Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number one for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio 104.1 has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword HOPE, HOPE, HOPE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and information. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's HOPE to 200-200. And may your efforts bear fruit.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is HOPE, H-O-P-E. Hop over to 200-200. That means text it to 200-200, and you could win $1,000 again. 5 o'clock keyword is HOPE. Good luck. We want you to win. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Hi there.
And so is Ross.
What's up?
Ross doing a big show this weekend in Leesburg, the second and final leg of the We Come to You comedy tour featuring Sabrina Ambra from the New Junkie, Joel Warren, and, of course, Christoph Jean. And tickets are available at orlandocomedy.com.
I do. And if you are interested in seeing this comedy show, you've got to hit the gas because as of 3:30, there was 19 tickets left.
So only 19 tickets left.
Ooh.
Shows in 3 days.
Yeah. So this is close to your final heads up of like, yo, you need to get these tickets because there won't be any at the door.
Got to get cracking. Get over there, man. It's going to be a good show. I can't wait. Making some plans to get out there and enjoy hanging out and seeing all that. I've never seen Joel do stand-up.
Jimmy's gone. 17 tickets left.
17. No.
There's only 17 tickets left.
Listen, I know a guy. I get hooked up, dude. I get hooked up. I know a guy.
Hey, if your blubber is going to be in a seat, and by blubber I just mean, you. In a seat, that means they can't sell it. So
that's right. They can't. They can add another seat.
12 tickets left. There's only 12 tickets.
I'm taking the entire third row. Just come sit next to my area.
I always try to tell Jack to do a tight 5. Give me a tight 5.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I just like talking about it. Like, hey, I got a tight 5.
Yeah, he always.
What would you talk about, Jack? If you had to do stand up, what would you talk about? Your kids? Yeah. That's what I would immediately. I could write 10 minutes for you.
Yeah. That or my wife.
Right.
You don't sound like any other Jersey comic.
Okay.
All you need is a jumpsuit.
That would be all he would say. My wife.
Hey,
I love you, honey.
I like how it's the same noise, just in different tones.
Right, exactly.
And then my wife.
I got 2 cats. You ever try to give medicine to cats?
Man, what is it? I tell you what, you are not hard selling cats to our audience, and specifically me.
Guess who found one last night and now has one crying at her door?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on your way, kid. You and Heidi Fleiss. You'll be living in Airstreams out in the middle of the desert near Phoenix.
Doesn't sound bad.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Dad.
Maybe her parrots can play with your cats.
It says a lot when cats are borderline better homeless.
Oh yeah, they are way better homeless. They're more efficient.
Yeah, they're awesome homeless. Dogs, not so much.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, 407-916-1041. Scott Maxwell coming up here in just a few minutes, and actually kind of leads into that. I just want to ask you a quick question because this is something I don't get. This is another thing that I guess I'm on a different wavelength when it comes to these things. I know that you guys are in the past you guys have
what?
I'm just telling you, in times we've talked about these things before in the past, you guys have had a certain way you think about it, and of course I have a certain way I'm thinking about it, but gun manufacturer Remington has offered to pay nearly $33 million to 9 families of victims killed in the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre, which was an absolute travesty. Everybody kind of understands that. Obviously that guy went in there and shot a bunch of kids and then shot himself.
Yeah, his mother was a teacher there.
Yeah, his mother was a teacher, shot her first.
Yep.
Killed 20 children, 6 adults right there in Newtown, Connecticut. Everybody knows the story. The part of this I do not understand. Now, I read this thing 3 times to try to get an idea. It says 2005 federal law protects many gun manufacturers from wrongful death lawsuits brought on by family members, but the plaintiffs pushed a different approach, trying to hold Remington partly responsible by targeting the company's marketing strategy. So I guess they collectively... we're going to prove that Remington was marketing a certain type of product to a certain type of person.
Well, it was marketing practices that praised the militaristic qualities of their rifles, potentially in violation of Connecticut law.
So with that said, they were offering up a $33 million thing. Now, again, I mean, even with that Connecticut law, that's, in my opinion, that's a flimsy interpretation of what Remington would or wouldn't have done. They were just marketing a gun. I mean, they don't, that's legal to sell. So I don't know how they do that. But the thing I don't understand is, again, this goes back to holding the company responsible for someone else's actions, no differently than if somebody DUI drives into a bus full of kids and kills a bunch of kids like that. They don't hold Chevrolet viable for that because he was happened to drive a Chevrolet. It's still the person did the thing. I just don't understand the payout.
I think this makes me think as much of tobacco litigation as anything else.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of times when they've gone after for the health of a smoker, because cigarettes aren't able to advertise in this country the way that they used to.
But they also lied to everybody. They lied because they had information they knew was damning, and they lied about it. That's why they're paying out billions of dollars. But Remington's not lying about anything. I mean, that's the thing is they're not lying about the product. They're just saying, hey, it's an assault style. It's even a weird comment about it. It's just a rifle. It's a tactical rifle is what it really is. And I mean, I understand. God, it's so hard to have this argument, guys, and I'll tell you why. Nobody could be more sympathetic. It's heartbreaking to even consider talking about that case, but in the same sense, you have to be logical, and I don't know that Remington is really. I don't know if they're liable for this. I mean, liable for $30 million. They're already filing bankruptcy. I don't know if this had anything to do with it. I know their company's had some ups and downs. In 20 they filed again. So I don't know, man. It's just putting people out of work.
Well, they're settling for 30. So it was a lawsuit that they're.
Yeah, it was a civil lawsuit. I mean, and they tried to hold them. And they have there's a 2005 federal law that protects gun manufacturers from wrongful death lawsuits brought on by family members, which you would look at this and go, well, I mean, this is covered. That's exactly what this is. They went and basically, like Deb was saying, they went and said, well, you were marketing this and hyping up the value of it in a military fashion, which, like Deb said, broke Connecticut law, not federal law, Connecticut law. And I guess that's why Remington said the optics are the optics. Let's offer up the money, and maybe there'll be some.
So, there's a couple reasons why you might settle. One is because you don't want to have a judgment that's greater than what you're agreeing to, whatever settlement you're agreeing to. If you fear that if this continues, that it could cost you more down the road. And the other one would be that PR perspective where it's, hey, this is a tragedy. We feel bad about it, too. We want to do something in that regard, whether it's it's just to save their company or save the name of the company, or because
doesn't that set a weird precedent though? Our precedents. I mean, isn't it a thing where if you're doing it to protect your own ass in a $30 million lawsuit, but yet now you're setting a precedent that opens up other companies for liability based on other people's actions that don't really have anything to do with the actual product itself?
Well, it's the actions of one company, though. It's not that a court ruled that they were liable. They're avoiding that by having a settlement. So maybe it avoids precedent being set by not having it go to trial.
Yeah, maybe so, but again, it's still on the record that it can that it will be paid. I mean, that other company, no different than the ransom thing. This is, and I'm not going to say it's like that because obviously it's not, but you understand what I'm saying. It sets a precedent where it seems like you almost have to pay it to kind of get the public's favor.
Yeah, but it's and that's one company. At least with the reason they don't do it with hostage situations or terrorist situation is because they don't want to incur more of those as a way to get paid. There's no one who's anyone who's benefiting from the money. It's out of a sense of loss. It's not that they are, encouraging these shootings to get paid by the gun manufacturer. Yeah. So I don't believe it really incentivizes.
407-916-1041. Somebody asked on the texting service, what did the marketing images look like? I'm like, well, what does that matter? They're trying to sell a product. I mean, unless they have it in the hands of a baby smoking cigarettes, shooting into a school, what does it matter?
Because that's the Connecticut law, is it not?
Yeah, but
the Connecticut law is about how they market it.
Yeah, but I mean, what could they have done to make it look more or less appealing? And if you're buying it legally, again, I mean, with the legal age and everything like that, which we're about to talk about here in Florida, by the way, if they're doing it legally, why does it really matter how it was marketed? I mean, again, if I have a product and I'm trying to sell it, I'm going to market it. I'm going to market it the way I believe that makes it viable, that over my customer, over my competition. So I just think this opens up a really odd door that makes companies really kind of dodgy because of this, this litigation just makes it so difficult to be productive and, again, create jobs so people can be happy and make money and support themselves and, and just be productive citizens, whether it's making widgets or AR-15s. 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. But it looks like they're going to pay it out. That will, by the way, they didn't even take the offer yet. And so they're going to find out exactly what they want Remington to do outside of this. They filed in 2020, they filed for Chapter 11 for the second time in over 2 years. Of course, part of this, I'm sure, was because of this lawsuit. Maybe looking to protect at least some assets. The goal, they're saying they want to show banks and insurers that companies that sell assault weapons to civilians are fraught with financial risk. That's what they were trying to prove with this lawsuit. And, of course, it's the only place you could have gotten money when you lose something like that. So you feel like somebody owes you something. And I think Remington was an easy target there, no pun intended.
Well, I think what they want to do is just say, hey, it's, if you are going to sell assault-style weapons to the public, we are going to make it where it is not as financially viable for you to do so, and there is more risk if there are shootings using your weapons.
Yeah, just creating a penalty for, producing a illegal product. Which is kind of an odd thing. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Let's take a little break. Scott Maxwell is going to join us, Orlando Sentinel columnist. Of course, you can read his stuff Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays right there in the Orlando Sentinel. Scott joins us next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Don't want to go so far as to say this is what we're here for, but 407-916-1041, Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best, goldsmithjewelry.com.
It's still a bumper-to-bumper ride heading east on I-4, approaching U.S. Highway 27 in Polk County up to 429. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. We're still seeing a slow go westbound, too, between World Drive and 429, as well as southbound 429 between Sinclair Road and I-4. The 408 up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nader Law Firm.
Auto accident, bankruptcy, immigration, insurance claims? Call attorney Fannie Nader at Nader Law Firm at 407-688-8896. That's 407-688-8896. Offices Orlando.
Big old doorbell company everybody knows, at it again. This time they're sharing your internet with your neighbors. And even better, no way for you to know which neighbors that is. Some internet providers actually can flag your internet and your account because it could violate your agreement. Allowing strangers to connect to your internet, of course, is inherently risky. Sharing your internet connection can pose a risk. Third parties gaining access to all of that data, banking, medical data, all that sensitive stuff just going back and forth on your Wi-Fi, that can be hacked if you don't have SafeTouch. Unfortunately, smart shoppers, these guys know the deal. SafeTouch security is the answer. SafeTouch system allows you and assures you that peace of mind that you can have the best security available. Even your cameras are protected with your SafeTouch system. And with the SafeTouch system, not only do you get the fastest possible emergency response, you have complete control of your system, your cameras, your internet, and systems start as low as $29.95 a month. You cannot lose. This is an unbelievably well-run company, and the equipment is A+, the best. For a free demo and the consultation today, it's easy. Just hop on board at safetouch.com. State license EF233.
Tickets are on sale now for our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th in Las Vegas. Billie Eilish, Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Dua Lipa, Phineas, Florida Georgia Line, J. Cole, Journey, Khalid, Lil Baby, Maroon 5, Nelly, Sam Hunt, Weezer, and more on the T-Mobile Arena nighttime stage. Get tickets now through AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Buy direct from the manufacturer and save. Fence Outlet manufactures its own tongue and groove vinyl privacy fence right here in Florida. For 25 years, they have provided the best fencing in Florida. Set up your appointment for a free estimate online now. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Hello, Florida. Switching to Geico is a good idea, especially when you consider everything.
First off, Geico makes it easy to switch, and you can contact your local agent for personalized assistance.
But having a trusted insurer in your life could make you feel so secure that you'll want to do something dangerous like run through a cactus patch, and that never ends well.
Well, if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds on car insurance, and you could keep saving by bundling your motorcycle, boat, and RV, plus your renter's insurance.
But saving money might make you want to giggle gleefully, and when your mouth's open, a stray acorn could fall in there. It happens a lot, actually.
Well, they do have an industry-leading mobile app you can use to pay your bill, file and manage a claim, or add a new driver. And they offer discounts to military and federal employees.
And that might make you so happy that you start whistling all the time. Who likes whistling? Name one person.
Well, Geico is the largest car insurer in the state and has been saving people money for 85 years. It's hard to beat that.
But you're right.
Switch to Geico. It's obviously a good idea.
Get your fill of wings, beer, and world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters is great anytime. Game time, lunchtime, or happy hour. Be sure to catch the live stream of the sold-out Miss Hooters pageant from Hooters of iDrive this Thursday at your local Hooters and Hooters.com/pageant.
The summer of can is here, and since we finally can, let's make it a premium summer. Fancy sausage at the barbecue, a full theater for camping, a fully gold bathing suit at the pool. Because Heineken is made with premium malt and their famous A yeast. So go premium with the crisp, ice-cold can of Heineken. Pick up a pack or get it delivered and put the can back into summer. That can be your six-pack. Must be 21 or over to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
When life-changing events happen, it's important to have somebody there to take the burden off of your shoulders. At those moments, Kramer Law is there for you. If you were involved in a divorce or you're having a dispute with your ex, Kramer Law will be there to take care of you every step of the way. Life-changing events happen. Having a lawyer on your side is the smart move. No matter what the legal issue, we're here for you. Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World every week with an effort to excite the imagination of our audience, and hopefully you'll learn something new each time you listen. Listen and subscribe for free to Newt's World on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 101.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, paying our respects to the late Dusty Hill, dying, I guess, last night, peacefully in his bed at 72 years old, bass player for ZZ Top. We'll do some rejoins all throughout the program today. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Scott will join us in just 1 second. I want to remind you guys the 5 o'clock keyword is HOPE. That's HOPE. Just text that to the number 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Also, don't forget, a little bit later for trivia, not only do we have a great prize for you in the sauce jar, we also have our first registration for the Summer of Stuff. We also have an Instagram winner coming up today, and for last call, you'll be in the Summer of Stuff, and of course, we'll give that all away the day after Labor Day right here, courtesy of Code Black IT. That's a MacBook Pro, a PS5 station or a bundle, and a 70-inch TV as well. That's going to be awesome. Awesome. I can't wait to see those winners for sure. Like he does every single Wednesday, joining us from the Orlando Sentinel. You can see his stuff Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, of course. And on Twitter, it's Scott_Maxwell. Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel. What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. How you guys doing? Good to see everybody back again.
Yeah,
You too.
I agree 100%. Yeah, we
Where's your light, bro?
Yeah, where's your light, bro?
Oh hell. Hold on.
There you are.
Hey!
You
Now we can
really,
see him.
Now that Botox is really working now, buddy. I
Look
love
at
it.
his skin. He
Those
looks
abs.
fantastic.
Look at his teeth.
Shiny. It's oily. What are you talking about?
His teeth are all white and glowy.
Yeah, that oily skin, though, it's a young-looking skin. You don't have wrinkles
yeah.
because of it.
Yeah, it's got that nice shine like a kind granola bar does.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like, what do you like, 42 and a half?
Does he owe you money, Scott?
I am closing in on 50, Jim. I'm 49.
49.
Wow.
Oh, let's
You
have
are
a big
so
party.
You
young.
have the skin of a 42 and a half year old. I gotta tell you.
like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, for sure. We were just talking a little bit about guns. The Sandy Hook thing with the Remington payout of $33 million. I'm wondering why. And of course, you read the story. It's because I guess of how Connecticut how Remington marketed those guns is against the law in Connecticut. No federal laws were broken, so they're looking to pay, or they offered up $33 million. This is to 9 families of Sandy Hook. And they're still trying to figure out what's going on. The families haven't really said whether or not they're going to take it or not, and we'll go on from there. But this thing you want to talk about is kind of interesting because of an entire different reason.
Yeah. So and frankly, you can look back to Sandy Hook. I think Sandy Hook was sort of the defining moment in our country. That was kind of where we just, I think, collectively threw up our hands and said we're okay with this. The first time, what was it? First graders were killed.
Second graders, second graders, 20.
And we didn't take sort of these basic steps that 90% of Americans, something like 80% of Republicans have supported. 80% of gun owners, universal background checks, for instance. That is something that I have yet to find another policy issue that is so widely supported among the public and yet will not be implemented by leaders. And all that says basically is that to buy a gun, you already have to go through a background check. I mean, that's the law in Florida. It's to make sure you don't have some mental illness that's been documented, and that you're not a convicted criminal. You're not a violent criminal who's used a gun before. However, the exception is if someone wants to say they are a private seller, which means they're not a licensed dealer. Licensed dealers do this. They do the way they're supposed to, but a private seller doesn't have to do that. And then sometimes private sellers are at gun shows, which is why this gets called the gun show loophole. And that has never been closed. But anyway, that didn't happen after Sandy Hook. When that didn't happen after Sandy Hook, I didn't think it was going to happen here. Frankly, I never thought any gun reform would happen in Florida. And then we had our own school shooting, which was Parkland.
Yes.
And Pulse didn't get them all worked up. I'm going to submit that that's because the people killed in the Pulse nightclub didn't look like the kids of the legislators and their supporters. I'll just call that like I see it. I think those people did not resonate in the same way. We've had office shootings out in West Orange County that people have completely forgotten about. None of that did it. But Parkland was our own school shooting. So legislators felt like they finally needed to do something. Everybody was asking them to do something. What I submit is that they did something wrong. They took the wrong action. I'm actually on the side with the NRA on this one, which doesn't put me in good graces with some of my liberal friends.
It's also going to be really painful when I make that my ringtone. And we're playing cards on my phone, and I'm just going to have my wife call me every 1 minute and just have you saying that over and over again.
That I'm on the side, I'm with the NRA?
Yeah.
Florida, instead of doing sort of those basic things, the other one would be ban high-capacity magazines, which I think most Americans support, and cops support. They say those things those things were created for battlefields, not for the streets of Orlando or anywhere else. Instead of doing that, they raised the age of buying a rifle to 21, from 18 to 21. And I'm from the South. I understand guns. I haven't been bad. Hell, at one of the 104.1 shotgun shoots, I did pretty damn well. I beat one sheriff.
Did you?
Very nice. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have any memory of that, but that's fine. Whatever. It's your reality.
But anyway, I think there's just a matter of consistency here. On most levels, you are considered an adult when you turn 18. You can vote. You can be sent to war. In this country, if you commit a crime, you are deemed an adult. You can be executed. You can be executed and sent to war at 18, I believe that at age 20, for instance, you should be able to buy a shotgun or a rifle for self-defense. And even the judge, who said that they thought Florida had the right to do this, said he didn't agree with it because he said, well, what about a single parent? 20 is an adult. What if somebody's got a 2-year-old at home and they're 20 years old? They're an adult in every way according to the law. Why should you tell them they can't buy a firearm? I think the state got it wrong on that.
Also, man, you're in Florida, man. It's so funny because everybody, when you hear Florida, of course, you think the Disney and the Miami and the whole 9 yards. But most of the state is very rural. Kids grow up hunting. I had my first shotgun at 10 years old. So now, not only are you going to take that possibility from kids learning their culture of their own families, by the way, which is perfectly legal hunting in this country, and now you make it you can make it a criminal act for a father to do something again.
Well,
it's been very. Is there a loophole there?
There is a loophole to that, and that's one of the points
good.
the judge made. The loophole is that if a parent buys it, they can still have it. So that was one of the points the judge made. He said, well, then that means the only people who aren't who are going to be hurt by this is like a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old who doesn't have a parent,
right? Yeah,
who may want it for themselves. So it wasn't very practical. And one of the points is, I guess I wanted to make was this. First of all, I disagree with the legislature. I think the NRA, as much as it may pain me, is right on this one. But here's my contention. They did this because they didn't want to do the heavy lifting. They didn't want to take the action that they knew they needed to. They didn't want to demand universal background checks, and they didn't want to ban high-capacity weapons. And frankly, a little bit of the Machiavellian part of me thinks that maybe they took a vote on the one thing that they knew would get tossed.
Right.
So that at the end of the day, 3 years later, they can go, oh, we tried to do something about gun violence in Parkland, but you know what? It just didn't take. So shucks.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of where this country is on gun violence. Man, we don't need to go down this rabbit hole again, but boy, we are numb to it. I'm embarrassed as I sit here right now. I cannot remember the name of that office park in West Orange County.
Well,
do you remember that? It was like 7 people got killed.
Yeah, well, let me hit you with that. How about the one right on Forsyth at the, was it an
That's
RV
the one I'm
place?
talking about.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
that was over on Forsyth.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't on West End. That wasn't West
I'm
End.
sorry. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, that was like 7 people. That was a big deal at one point in time.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He was a disgruntled employee, walked in and shot everybody, and then I think shot himself. Or I believe shot himself. Yeah,
I think that's right. Or was killed by the. I can't even remember. But that's what I'm saying. There was a day where that would be a landmark moment in a community. Where an entire small office walks in and people, man, that got erased, that got obliterated when Pulse came, and Pulse was not forgotten, but obliterated by Vegas. And it's just, I think we've gone pretty numb to it. And that's why it was kind of remarkable that Parkland was something that forced them to action, and they still couldn't take the action that most Americans, most Republicans, most parents want them to.
Yeah, the universal background check thing doesn't bother me in the least. I have no problem with that. I mean, owning a gun is a big responsibility. It's a gigantic responsibility. Matter of fact, before I got my little shotgun, it was like one of the few times my dad and I had one of those genuine father-son talks. He sat me down and said, hey, man, this is a big responsibility. This is a very powerful thing you're holding. This is to hunt birds with, or to hunt as you grow up, whatever you decide to do with. It is never to point at anybody. It's never used to threaten anybody. You treat it with great respect, no differently than if you had something very like an expensive watch or something like that. You treat it with the same exact thing. You take good care of it. And it was just like it was one of those very few special father-son moments I had when my dad gave me that little shotgun. So, I mean, I know culturally for a lot of families that's a big thing, and what we're talking about is it's two different worlds altogether. Anyway, I mean, the idea of buying your son or daughter a hunting rifle is way different than what we're talking about. They don't not even compare.
No, that's exactly right. And I think most people agree with that. We're talking about private sales. Yeah. We're not talking about family members gifting things.
Right, yeah,
We're talking about private sales. And that's why the only thing they have to do is make sure they're not selling that gun to a person who's been convicted of a violent crime. That is why only 11%, and actually I think it's like 89% support, 1% are undecided. So let's say there's 10% who oppose that. Who opposes that? The criminals who want to get their hands on guns and now know there is a state system that says, hey, if I go to this particular way, I will not be vetted. So criminals, the NRA, and the people who run the Florida legislature. That's quite a team to be on as opposed to background checks.
All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us at 77031. Scott Maxwell joining us from the Orlando Sentinel. Anything else out there on your mind, buddy? What's going on?
Ooh, I think we are stepping into it, and I think you guys have talked about this, but I think we're stepping back into it COVID style in a way I didn't see this one coming.
Oh, really? You mean the Delta variant thing and then the re-shutdown? I guess they're right now federally, President Biden is pondering another mandate or other mandates, federal mandates.
And I could be convinced otherwise, but I don't think lockdowns particularly work. I think we've seen evidence of that. But what we do have is really basic evidence, basic suggestions from medical people to A, get vaccinated, and B, wear your masks. And not only are people not doing it, they're fighting. I mean, our governor is fundraising off beer koozies, 2 for $12 that say I can't drink a beer with my mask on.
No, that one and Don't Fauci My Florida.
Don't Fauci My Florida.
Which is good alliteration, but
yeah, it really is.
That is. I'll give him the alliteration. He brought in a guy on Monday to be an advisor, a mask advisor on mask policy. And he always does this stuff with no notifications, so nobody can really see who he was. He was some psychiatrist from LA, and you're trying to figure out why a psychiatrist from LA is the governor's new mask advisor in Florida. It turns out after people started going through his stances, he calls it the Wu flu, and has a mask scale. If you wear one mask, as the CDC recommends, this Dr. Mark McDonald says you're like a level 1 retard. That's the word he uses. This doctor, this supposed adolescent.
A doctor said that?
It's on. You can check out my Twitter account. I retweeted
Who's
it.
now being paid with our taxes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's getting. I hope he's not.
It's that or Ohio sports blogger.
So he's got 3 different levels. Oh, here you go. If you wear one mask, I just pulled it up. You're a retard.
Okay,
if
what's
you wear
2
2 masks, you're unbelievably retarded.
Okay.
And 3, you went full retard. That's the new governor's new advisors on mask policy. Now, keep in mind, we're not even talking about how that word is pretty wildly inappropriate. I don't think you have to have a special needs friend in your family to realize we don't use that word anymore.
No, I mean, it's actually called the R word, right?
Yes,
I mean, everybody refers to that word as the R word now. You don't see it. I mean, even comics, I think, jokingly refer to it as the R word because they can't say it on stage.
Second time I heard it today because Ann Coulter tweeted it out today referring to Trump followers. But she dropped that in her tweet as well.
What?
Wait.
Yeah.
You mean
She was after Trump
followers? Yeah.
She did?
Yeah. Well,
he turned on her.
Yeah, they kind of...
Yeah, they had a falling out.
Yeah, they did.
Oh.
Same thing that's happening with Guilfoyle.
That's a shame, and I'm sorry I didn't follow that. So we've got, but here's my point.
You don't have True TV?
It's this attitude. I mean, we're not only not taking the advice, people are reveling in mocking it.
That preacher from Tennessee is the best one ever, though. That Greg Locke guy.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh man, Scott. That guy, he's the greatest. He's like, you don't even come in my church if you're wearing a mask. You can't even do that. You can't do this. I mean, he's just great. I mean, pack him in here. They don't care. It's all fake. You know, everything's fake. It's all made up.
It's called natural selection, Darwinism, I believe.
So here's what I wanted to tell you. Well, I mean, from day one, man, you go back to March of 2020 when people started. I didn't know what the coronavirus was. I was like every other schmuck. I thought it was a beer. Corona. I don't know. I started calling medical experts. That's all I wanted to do. I did not care what a politician or a pundit or the Twitterati said. I wanted, and I did the same thing today. And Jim and Deb, I think you guys know this, and Jack, if you don't believe this, you know what is real. Right now in Orange County, in Orlando, both Advent Health and Orlando Health are seeing the highest numbers of hospitalizations and ICUs they have ever seen.
In fact, Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings at a press conference that took place about an hour ago has announced that Orange County is back under a state of emergency.
That does not correct. That does not include any sort of lockdown. In fact, right now, all he's doing is urging people to get to wear masks. And if you're a county employee, he is mandating vaccines, which is something I wrote about this past Sunday.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, when we talk about, I think it was 461 people just in Orlando Health, those are people in bad ways. These are people who just got the test that, Walgreens tested positive. These are people who needed to be hospitalized for. 61% need help breathing, need machine help breathing. 61 of them, I'm sorry. Anyway, I just didn't think this was coming back. And I think even the doctors are surprised. But the head of the chief medical officer at Orlando Health said, here's the thing. We're numerically as bad or worse than we've ever been. On the plus side, we have the tools for this.
Yeah,
we have the vaccine, and there's no mask shortage like there was before. We can deal with this if we try.
Yeah, Yeah, the one thing that, obviously you try to find silver linings everywhere, but the one is we have plenty of PPE equipment. We're good. Doctors are good. We're covered. You can get it in all the stores. You can get hand sanitizer. We're loaded up for it. And, of course, we have multiple vaccines and more being developed. I think Pfizer announced today they're working on yet another version of their vaccine as well. So they're even going to get more and more tuned in to what these variants can or cannot do. I don't know about the Lambda variant, if there's any push of seeing that anywhere. Of course, the Delta variant being the one that everyone's talking about now because of its apparently, really contagious. Obviously, you can see that in the numbers with the hospital admissions. And by the way, this is happening everywhere. Like I told you when I was working with my mom up in Putnam County, that hospital, of the 12 or 14 IC units they had, 6 of those were sealed up, biohazard stickers, full loaded up to before they went in. And this was, 2 weeks ago. We've seen a massive increase. Deb came in, I think, last week and looked at me, and first thing she said was, "Did you see the COVID numbers? We're back now to January 2020 in those numbers, and it's, and they're exponentially going up. They're not going up a couple hundred. They're exponentially going up. So
we have a 15% rolling test positivity rate right now, which is nuts. I mean, that's like what you would expect before. But to your point, we have the PPE, we have the masks on one hand, but on the other hand, our state is bringing in a guy who calls anybody who puts on a mask an R word. That's why Florida accounts for 1 out of every 5 new COVID cases. That's not the only reason. That's part of the reason.
Yeah, I haven't seen that clown. I don't know if that guy. What's this guy's name?
Mark McDonald.
He was brought here by Governor DeSantis.
So, but here's what the point of my column in this is for tomorrow is this is up to us. Do not look to government. This is up to citizens to solve this problem. It's up to local institutions, which I'm going to submit have done a pretty damn good job for the most part. Our hospitals have been on the ball. Disney was way ahead of the curve. Disney, in a very un-Disney-like move, was one of the first major companies to say we need to close our doors just until we get a handle on what this thing was.
Right.
So I think it's going to be up to private institutions, local leaders, and citizens to do the right thing. I don't think we can look to this state for solutions.
Yeah, I think even there was one of these Republican congressmen or representatives, I cannot remember which one, was just asked because he was one of those guys that his verbiage led you to believe that he was not an anti-vaxxer, but more of the freedom thing. You shouldn't get it if you don't have to. Comes down with the virus, and even he was saying in his attempt to dodge any question about the validity of it, even he was saying the best possible thing you could do, which is, hey, he said, call your physician and ask your physician what's best for you. Knowing that most people will call their doctor, most people trust their doctor, and when their doctor says, hey, look, this thing's going to be safe for you, you're going to be fine, here are the numbers, here's how this can really affect you or not affect you, people may listen to them more. So at least that was great advice coming out of that camp.
That is good, regardless of what he did, that is good advice. And here's what I say. If my sink is clogged, I know to call a plumber. If my AC is broken, I call an AC repairman. If there's a virus ravaging the community, I'm going to turn to somebody who knows something about viruses. And it's bizarre to me that people choose to do otherwise.
I chose Kenneth Copeland because that third jet he just bought, really, God must be talking to him and giving him all the answers. So I try to listen to him as much as possible. Scott,
okay, fair enough. That's the exception.
As always, we thank you for joining us. That's Scott_Maxwell on Twitter. Of course, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays right there in the Orlando Sentinel, which you can get your subscriction right now, OrlandoSentinel.com. That's how I get mine electronically. Quickly, Jay.
Jim, anytime Scott is on the show, we break that out as a podcast. It's a Jim Colbert Show interview with Scott Maxwell, and you can hear all of his past calls at Jim Colbert Show Live.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
There he is, Scott Maxwell. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Load them up, guys. Trivia is next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Insperity.
It appears we're getting another year of Aaron Rodgers in a Packers uniform. After 2 straight NFC Championship game appearances, can Rodgers truly resemble Michael Jordan's last dance and bring another title to Green Bay? The Packers with Rodgers are the favorites to win the NFC North for the 3rd straight year. And nobody knows how Rodgers' career is going to play out from here, but we do know it will be a very interesting year. I'm Chris Collinsworth.
providing scalable HR services, employee benefits, payroll, and HR technology for 30-plus years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
I look back, I got solar panels put on my house back in 2013. In that time, I think I'm over $10,000 saved that I did not pay Duke Energy, right? It was Progress Energy at the time, but overall, that's how much I saved on my power bill, paid off my solar panels, and now I'm just saving every month. When I get my power bill, that's what I'm excited to see, how much I save each month. But the other plus is from day one that my solar system was powered up is I immediately reduced the carbon footprint for my household using less fossil fuels to create electricity in my home. This can be you. How many power bills are you going to pay before you go to SolarSource.com? SolarSource is the company that can help you because they've installed over 60,000 systems in Central Florida, and they've been doing it since the 80s. 1984. I was still in high school and they're installing solar systems in Florida. This is the Sunshine State. We should be the leader in solar, and Solar Source is the leader in Central Florida. They'll give you a 25-year warranty from a company, obviously with the history to back it up. Even if you have a solar system already installed by someone else, their service team at Solar Source can restore any system to peak performance. Get a free savings estimate today. Go to their website. It's SolarSource.com. When you talk to them, tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. Again, it's SolarSource.com. When it comes to power, trust the source. Solar Source.
For nearly 60 years, The General has been saving people money on their car insurance. With affordable rates and the ability to pick when you pay, The General understands that every dollar counts and wants to give you the flexibility you need in your busy life. For the coverage you deserve at prices you can afford, call 800-GENERAL. That's 800-GENERAL. Or go to thegeneral.com and get your quote today.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with The General.
Some restrictions apply.
The Dave single from Wendy's made with fresh, never frozen beef has the power to blow your mind. But now that the Dave single is buy one, get one for $1, as well as the spicy or classic chicken sandwich and the spicy or crispy 10-piece nuggets, Wendy's BOGO for $1 deal is gonna blow your mind and your speakers. Get these faves. BOGO $1 only at Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with combo or any other offer.
Hold on. You want me to tell them about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in just 30 seconds? This is impossible. Hey, I'm Billy from Twisted Tea. How can I explain that first sip of cold, smooth, real brewed tea? So good! And the extra kick you get from just the right amount of alcohol? The twist of lemon, Wait, what? We're almost out of time? Oh, shit. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
You are the leader of your company. You know how to drive success, but your organization is dependent on your direct, almost daily intervention to operate effectively. Is this sustainable? Is it a threat to your success? Sandler Orlando can help enable your organization to operate more effectively, freeing you to work on versus in the business, leading it to maximum success. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword Sandler Training. We'll connect. Risk-free, nothing but upside. Dial pound 250 and say Sandler Training.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates. But don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 7168, Equal Housing.
You do not want your AC to break down when it gets hot in the summertime in Central Florida, so make sure you get hold of Mills Air. They can help you with preventative maintenance on all brands. Preventative maintenance can save you so much money. They can detect upcoming breakdowns and you're not stuck. millsair.com. That's millsair.com.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. In fact, over 1 million homeowners took advantage of refinancing or buying a new home with Rocket Mortgage. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase again, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. With an official mortgage review from Rocket Mortgage, you'll see just how much money you could save by making a move right now. Don't look back over these next few weeks and wish that you had taken action. You could save hundreds on your mortgage payments or pay off your home loan earlier than planned. You could even take cash out of your home to pay off high-interest debt, complete home repairs, or bulk up on an emergency fund. When you want to secure a low rate, Rocket can. Call 833-8ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
A bounce check can be expensive. Why risk it when an Amscot cash advance could cost a lot less? Up to $500 on the spot with no credit check, and it won't hurt your credit rating. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
If you're thinking about upgrading your yard area, you know what? Get a new fence. I mean, I'll tell you what, it changes the space so much. I just got a fence from Fence Outlet, and you can call them. You can set up an at-home free estimate. See what's right for you. You can stop by the store. They have got so many things for you to choose from. FenceOutlet.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Get social with us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio. Real Radio. Real Radio. 104.1.
We now return to the Jim Cole.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 5 o'clock keyword is HOPE, H-O-P-E. Text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Again, your 5 o'clock keyword is HOPE. Still good, guys. We'll have another one for you at the top of the hour. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's find out what's in the sauce jar.
All aboard.
All aboard.
There's no train today, but a lovely canoe.
All right. Which is raining like hell there, huh?
Which perfectly holds 2 people, which makes sense because I have a beautiful pair of tickets.
Oh, man.
For Orlando City versus our bitter rivals. This is really cool because not many soccer games, not too many soccer matches have the best team in the world versus the worst team in the world.
Oh, those
and
are
that's
fighting
exactly
words.
what we're seeing here because Orlando City, of course, is the greatest soccer team of all time. I am a fan. And Atlanta United, or I believe what the French would say, trash, is going down this Friday, July 30th at Exploria Stadium, our beautiful soccer-specific stadium. Eat your heart out, Atlanta. You play on a football field. Get excited, man. I hate that team, and that is what's in the sauce jar is a beautiful pair of tickets. The game time kickoff is at 8 o'clock, so you get to see Angels play turds with legs. That's Atlanta United.
It has gotten very weird.
I hate that team with a burning passion. Also in the sauce jar, if you win trivia, your name, your phone number, going on the list, the Summer of Stuff list. Stuff. What does that mean? I'll answer you. I'll feed you all my little baby birds. What that means is that the first day after Labor Day, we are going to choose 3 random people off that list, and it is very random. We are going to then give them some of the best prizes we've ever given away. A PS5 bundle, a 70-inch television, and a MacBook Pro. You know,
perfect.
Ain't no big deal. Oh, wait, correction. It is a big deal because it's the Summer of Stuff, and that is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local with your move. It can be local or long distance, residential or commercial. And if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, they'll actually give you a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O Moving.com. Jim, back to you.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Ross, who is first?
You know him as Mobius. Let's welcome Owen on line 2.
Owen, line 2. What's going on, Owen?
Good afternoon.
Want to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
Let's do it.
Sorry, Owen, didn't mean to catch up on you there, buddy. All right.
No problem.
Owen, there you go. Got me again. Owen, this is a really easy game. Got a question for you. 4 answers. One of them is not true. If you can find it, off to the sauce jar you go. Orlando City tickets and an entrance into the Summer of Stuff awaits. Here we go. On this day in 1945, cartoonist Jim Davis was born. Anybody? Jim is famous for creating
Calvin and Hobbes.
No,
it's one of those.
Garfield.
Garfield is the answer.
Nailed
That's
it.
right. Here are 3 fun facts about the comic strip Garfield and one fat, lazy lie that'll eat your lasagna and terrorize your poor dog.
Aw.
I'm right here.
Number 1, Garfield has a fan club of over 1.2 million people. They call themselves the Fat Cats. Number 2, there are only 3 countries that don't call him Garfield. In Finland, Norway, and Sweden, he's Gustav. Number 3, it's the most syndicated comic strip in the world. It appears in over 2,500 newspapers globally, 263 million readers.
Wow.
And lastly, Garfield was born in the kitchen of an Italian restaurant and weighed 5.5 pounds at birth.
I'm going to go with number 4.
Number 4, unfortunately, is true, buddy. Yeah. According to the story of Garfield, he was born in the kitchen of an Italian restaurant and weighed 5.5 pounds at birth. Ross, who's next, buddy?
Dad, why are you blown away by that?
Because have you ever seen a 5-pound kitten? They usually have litters of 6 to 8 kittens. I have a 5-pound animal.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon, Deb.
Oh.
All right, let's welcome Tom on line 4.
Tom, line 4. What's going on, Tom?
Hey, how's it going, Jimmy?
Hey, buddy. You know anything about Garfield?
Not really, but
All right.
my wife does, and she's out here.
Let's take a guess here. All right, according to Garfield here. Number 1, Garfield has a fan club of over 1.2 million people. They call themselves the Fat Cats. Number 2, there are only 3 countries that don't call him Garfield. In Finland, Norway, and Sweden, he's Gustav. And lastly, it's the most syndicated comic strip in the world. It appears in over 2,500 newspapers globally, 263 million readers.
I'm going to go with number 1.
Number 1's the answer, buddy. You are now in the Summer of Stuff, and
Yay!
enjoy that Orlando City soccer game for sure, buddy. You're a winner.
Yay!
All right. There you go, buddy. We'll just sit there in silence, and we'll
I put
make
him on hold. He
Oh,
didn't. He's probably yelling right
Sons
now.
of bitches. Thanks, Jack. You made me really hate that guy. A few other things you may
Glad I
not
can
know. Yeah, he had 3 countries. They don't call him Garfield: Norway, Sweden, and Finland. They call him Gustav, and it is the most It's the most syndicated comic strip in the world. All those other numbers are true. A couple other things before we get into what's coming up for Ross Thoughts. Garfield's name comes from Jim Davis's grandfather, James A. Garfield Davis, who of course was named after the president, James A. Garfield. Jim Davis no longer actually even draws the strip. He gets final approval and everything. That has an entire group of people who draw Garfield and come up with the storylines with a little of his help. Pretty much they run it by him every day, and he says, that sounds good. Give me $1 trillion.
That's how I do it.
Right. The original strip was actually supposed to be focused on Garfield's owner, John. But when people started reading the strip, they're like, tell me more about the cat. And so actually that's what happened. He started writing it about the cat. It wasn't even supposed to be about Garfield. And then what do you think Jim Davis's net worth is?
Oh, man, 220 mil.
220 million. Deborah?
Oh, no hints?
No, that's how you're supposed to play the game, Deb.
I'll remember that, Jack. 250.
I hope you
Okay.
do. 251.
No, you're
Wrong
such
way.
a bastard. 800 million.
I'll take it.
$800 million. He's actually one of the he's one of the best marketers and merchandisers in the absolute globe of comic strips. Peanuts is giant, but this guy knows what he's doing. And this is a quote for him before we get over to Ross Thoughts. He says he spends about 15% of the time with ideas for the strip. The other 85% is taking care of merchandising. If you ever wonder where the money is. Yeah, Ross, quickly.
So do you know about the story about Garfield in the 1980s with the telephones?
No.
So check this out. Brittany, France, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'm sure it's pronounced all French-like. But a massive cargo ship dropped and accidentally dropped like an entire load of these Garfield cats into the ocean. And since the 80s, Garfield cats have been getting brought up on shore.
They're washing up on the beaches over there, and they have been for years. I do remember that story. It's
They're
crazy.
just perpetually just landing these Garfield limited edition 1980 phones And it is so funny to me.
One quick other thing, if you remember, one of the most popular things with Garfield was the cat that would stick with the suction cups, and people were putting on inside their cars. It wasn't even supposed to be that. The paws are supposed to be Velcro, so that you could Velcro them to your couch and Velcro them to furniture to make it look like he's sitting there. But somebody changed it, put the suction cups on, and he sold them, and they weren't even supposed to be used in cars, and they wound up being one of their best-selling things ever. What's coming up for thoughts, buddy?
I found out one reason within the last week why I think I might be ready to be a father, and then I found another reason why I might not be ready to become a father.
All right, we'll do that next.
Your chance to win $1,000 is just minutes away on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
We're seeing heavy accident delays on the beach line heading westbound onto the westbound I-4 ramp, taking up the left lane. Avoid this area if you can. Westbound travel on I-4 still heavy between World Drive and 429, and it's stop and go now between Fairbanks Avenue and Colonial Drive. Eastbound solid between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect is a new world of possible. This week, Apple AirPods Pro are only $179. That's $75 off. In-store only offer ends 7/31, limit 2. Get the tech you need to work and learn from home at Staples Connect, the working and learning store.
There is nothing harder than being a parent right now. So if your house currently sounds like this, you need a break. And surprisingly, donating plasma at BioLife Plasma Services can give you a break. Stay with me here. It's a physical break from the kids. Yes, finally some alone time. Give your bank account a break. You could earn up to $900 in your first month. And a break from reality. Free Wi-Fi, baby. So book an appointment today to donate your life-saving plasma. BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
That's Cars with a Cat. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, Savannah, let's go to Gatorland. We can enjoy all the great animal shows and gators for less, since Florida residents get in for only $14.99 now through the end of July.
That's way less than parking at a big park.
More fun for less money at Gatorland.
And we don't make your car pay to just sit there.
At Walgreens, we're committed to the fight against COVID-19. That's why we offer no-cost, contactless COVID-19 testing with same-day results at thousands of locations nationwide for patients ages 3 and up. Our pharmacy experts have administered millions of tests and are here to help when you need us. Schedule your COVID-19 test at no cost to you at walgreens.com/COVID-19 testing.
No cost to you with most insurance or government assistance. For ages 3 and up at select test locations. Test results turnaround time may vary by location depending on test type.
Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
Going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
Binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy milkshakes, smoothies, and sundaes are here. Crafted to crave at Wawa.
O'Reilly. Syntec is back and better than ever at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is a premium full synthetic motor oil at an affordable price. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec full synthetic and a Wix filter for just $31.99. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. Minimize friction, heat, and wear on your engine with Syntec full synthetic motor oil exclusively at
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Well, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Find out just how much you can save on your monthly mortgage payments at rpfunding.com. I'm Robert Palmer, and I want to help you save thousands by refinancing your home loan and letting me pay your closing costs. Rates this low can't last forever, so lock in today. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
Get your fill of wings, beer, and world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters is great anytime. Game time, lunchtime, or happy hour. Be sure to catch the live stream of the sold-out Miss Hooters pageant from Hooters of iDrive this Thursday at your local Hooters and Hooters.com/pageant.
Injured, our America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio 104.1 has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword GRAND. GRAND. GRAND to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and information. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's GRAND to 200-200. And may your efforts bear fruit.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. The great Billy Gibbons with ZZ Top. Of course, Dusty Hill passing away last night. Former bassist, I should say, of ZZ Top. We're playing some rejoins today to pay our homage to the great threesome from Texas. Unbelievable musicians and a lot of fun. Incredible tone. This guy was known for his guitar tone, how it sounded. It's legendary. Has been forever. He played with a peso instead of a pick, so we get that real kind of grimy Texas sound. It was so cool. 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text our show at 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is GRAND, GRAND. Text that to 200-200 for your shot to win a grand. We would love to see you take home some cash. We're in a bit of a dry spell. We need a winner out there. So, again, your keyword is GRAND. Good luck. We want you to win that money. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
Open it up.
It's funny.
Sit back down.
Sometimes.
Sit back up.
It's Ross.
Turn around.
Spelled like sauce.
Get out of here.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Now come back in. Welcome to Ross Thoughts. Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Real Radio's We Come to You comedy tour, which only has, guys, I know it happens so fast, but we are actually at the last pit stop of the Real Radio
Grueling.
We Come to You. It was
grueling.
Woo.
It was a lot.
It's a lot.
You know it's a real tour when you have T-shirts, though.
Yeah. We got T-shirts, and you can buy them over in Leesburg at the Melon Patch Theater, this really cute, awesome community theater. It is going down this Saturday. Doors open up at 7, shows at 8, and you can still probably, as I speak to you, get tickets at orlandocomedy.com. I believe there's 17 left like an hour and a half ago. So
all right.
Get them now if you want to, if you out in Leesburg. Guys, I told you that I found one reason why I think I might be ready for fatherhood, and the second reason why I might not be ready for fatherhood. So my first question to you was there ever a day where you woke up and you're like, yeah, I'm ready. This belt is feeling like a weapon these days. I'm ready to become a dad.
You mean asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Oh yeah, man. Mine was boringly planned. I wanted to be a dad. Boringly planned.
What do you mean boringly planned?
Yeah,
I mean, looking at the ovulation charts, doing the whole thing, having sex, turning upside down. I mean, we were doing the everything possible to get pregnant. I mean, we were trying to get pregnant. We had a plan.
The turning upside down. Can you elaborate on that?
I cannot.
All right.
I mean, it's part of the thing. After the thing, you turn it upside down, or it's just like an old wives' tale thing, I believe.
Is there a handstand involved?
Look, man, can we just move on?
I'm just
I
wondering.
was trying to tell you, we were actively trying to get my wife pregnant at the time. That's my ex. That's what we were trying to do.
Think inversion
with both
boots.
of them.
Yeah. Like, is it like
Yeah.
one of those back things, like when you lay down, like an inversion table? Sorry, I'm sorry, Jack.
You're not.
Jack, did you?
No, I still don't know how it happened, Ross. Suddenly, I just have 3 kids. They're
Right.
there,
Just,
and
you
there's
just had people that needed stuff from you.
there's pets, and they get medicine, and they hate it, and it's
This
one
pet
big
medicine.
All right. So my first reason why I think I might be ready for fatherhood is, it's not because I stopped smoking weed, but I believe it's because I started enjoying. Now, bear with me here. Seltzer water.
Seltzer water.
Ooh,
Yeah, water.
fancy.
Water that's bubbly.
Yeah.
The Perrier.
The Perrier. Okay. So, how do you associate drinking seltzer water to being ready for fatherhood? Where's the connection?
Because for the longest time, I've
Oh, you feel
only
grown up.
seen adults drink
I see it.
seltzer water.
You feel grown up.
I feel a little grown up. Next thing
Mm-hmm.
I know, every time I drink one of them French bubbly drinks, the Perrier, I got my pinky starts to erect, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, is that fatherhood getting
Yeah.
into my perspective?
Yeah.
Is my ability and my desire to spend $2 on gas station champagne water good enough? I start thinking, I feel like I'm a more responsible adult now
Because
that
you're
I
drinking-
drink water that bubbles, and I'm completely avoiding, like, I drink a lot less beer because I drink seltzer water.
So what you're saying is you're now more responsible because you've now substituted your seltzer water, your Perriers, as you say.
Yeah, and don't sleep on Topo Chico.
Yeah. Okay. I won't.
Yeah.
But you're substituting that now for other items, and you think that's responsible. So therefore, you're ready for fatherhood.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, instead of a Snickers, I'll just rip a Luna bar. You guys know about a Luna bar?
I do know.
Yeah.
I'm aware of Luna bars.
I believe it's a female-themed protein bar.
I think it's just a protein bar.
I don't know. Well, you guys want
It's
to?
loaded with estrogen. Why is
Yeah,
it female themed?
I don't
It's
know
got
why.
boobs.
Is it got have soy in there to give you boobs?
I don't know.
Is
I
it
don't
constant
know.
when you want me to do stuff around the house?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not quite sure why I think it's a female-themed. I don't know. It just makes me feel good. You guys ever split a Luna bar? You ever go tuner on a lunar?
Have we met?
Tuner.
Yeah.
How many Luna bars? How many 4-ounce Luna bars do you think my 225-pound fat ass has broken off in half so I could share it with somebody?
So
I
you-
eat the wrapper.
So
I don't share anything.
you're not down to go two-ski on a looski?
Rod texts Real Mobile
What is this even
77031 with a great question. How's that baby going to enjoy being in the back of a Sentra with no AC?
Oh man,
Okay.
that thing is going to swelter to death.
no,
You're
what
gonna
it's
be-
going to do, it's going to fill its diaper as revenge.
Oh man, you're going to be You're going to be the first court case of somebody allowing a baby to evaporate.
Joke's on you guys, because my AC works. It just doesn't work that well.
Yeah.
All right?
It doesn't work in the back
The
seat.
06 Sentra
Right.
isn't a hurricane. It's more of a, it's more of
Look,
a
man.
slight push.
Let me just attack this elephant in the room here a little bit. I mean, you've been talking about fatherhood a lot recently.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Like
Yeah,
the
it's-
last 2 weeks, you've been bringing this up quite a bit.
2 years.
My clock is ticking.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's this last 2 weeks, it's been heavy.
Can guys say that?
Yeah.
Guys have clocks.
Yeah, guys have clocks.
So I mean,
I got a
you-
clock.
So why are you guys waiting then? I mean, I know that. I mean, you said that she's ready. You're ready.
Yeah,
I mean,
we-
you're just waiting for the wedding. So
Yeah,
you-
we got to get the wedding, out of the way.
Doing it the traditional way, Jimmy.
I suppose. I don't think she wants to go down the aisle with,
Legos?
the bump.
What's wrong with that?
I just don't. There's nothing wrong with it. I just think that's probably not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
That's also
She
like,
wants to be a bride first and then a mom.
yeah, that's the stereotypical way. But so that's the reason why I think I might be ready for fatherhood. I'm starting to see the stuff that I eat, and more importantly, the stuff that I don't eat or drink
Or smoke.
So
or,
have you been
or smoke.
You feel you've been taking better care of yourself here recently after your decision to stop smoking weed? You feel like you are paying attention to your physical well-being more?
I at the very least I have the desire.
Right.
Now
Okay, that's a good
That's
start.
half the battle right there,
yeah,
man.
good
that's
first
half
step.
the battle.
That is the first step.
I'm acknowledging that, like, I'm a straight D+ when it comes to nutrition.
Yeah.
I'm excited
You
for
are-
a kale salad. Now
Oh,
tell
you
me
should
that
be
doesn't
excited.
scream
Oh, that's-
like a father,
Buddy,
just
that is
waiting
like
to happen.
You wash that thing down with some Perrier, and you are you can watch the belt loops form on your pants.
Yeah,
It's
the New
Perrier.
Balance will just show up.
Now here comes the reason why I think I might not be ready for fatherhood. I was out of Walgreens today. And then this mom and this mom and her kid was walking down an aisle.
Oh man!
And this kid would not shut the F up.
Yeah. How old was that kid?
I don't know, like 6, maybe 7.
But don't worry, they only do that for another 15 years.
And then this kid starts looking at his mom, going like, "Do you like mangoes?" And she's like,
And
"Yeah, I like mangoes." And I could hear it in her voice where she's been asked this or similar questions for the last, I don't know, 2 to 3 Titanic movies lengths of time.
Does that really happen?
Oh, buddy, you have listened to me. My son, oh my God, I love him so much. My son's like, "Dad, who do you think he could beat better, a Porsche or a Lamborghini?" I think a Lambo's, "Dad, what do you think is faster, a Mustang or a Corvette?" Well, I mean, I really think, well, Dad, what do you think would be fast? I mean, it would be like, we would just talk about what performance cars could outdo what, and he never ran out of them. Never ran out of them. And it never stopped.
It's just
And this is a
never
car
stopped.
guy
He knew
saying
every
this.
freaking car on planet Earth. And like, you think a McLaren can outrun? And then before I even answer, he's already hit me with the next one.
I was blown away by how this little kid, which I hate to say this, but looked exactly like little me. And that's
Okay.
where the thought was like, maybe I'm not ready for fatherhood, because this kid went from, "Do you like mangoes? What about Audi belly buttons? Hey, how old were you when you started talking?" That's what I heard.
Right, yeah.
This little kid ask his mom, "How old were you, Mom, when you started talking?" And
you know-
she went, "I don't know, man. I don't."
right.
And then the kid goes, "How old was I when I started talking, Mom?" And she said, real soon.
Real early.
Real early.
Real early.
Right out of the womb.
Got in there pretty fast.
I gave birth to an auctioneer that's not selling anything.
Oh.
Just asking me if I like mangoes and what shoe size am I. And wondering why there's only 2 doors on some cars and 4 doors on others. Do
Then
you
you
have
have-
webbed feet?
Then you,
Does
then you
webbed
have-
feet make you a better swimmer? What are you talking about?
The magic of trying to say no to some of those things and maintaining some semblance of integrity. Because, I mean, they'll ask you anything. You're supposed to know everything, and they never stop asking.
I'm just going to, man, it's just forever.
They never stop. And they never stop asking questions.
And I remember as a kid, I was that kid. It's just in kids' DNA to be like, "Oh, why? Why are you crying, Mom? Where did tears come from?"
You know who every kid is? By the way, you want to know what hell is? Hell is a bunch of 3-year-olds telling you about a dream.
Oh,
that is hell. By the way, if you want to know what every kid is like at that age, remember in Jurassic Park when that one kid, the boy, was bothering the doctor, Sam Neill?
Yeah.
That's what it's like. 24 hours a day, but only for 18 years.
I'm just going to, oh, God. I'm just going to look at my kid and say, "Drink your seltzer water and shut up."
Right.
Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm still up in the air about fatherhood. I
No,
think that's
you
where,
shouldn't be.
So are
You're gonna
we.
be- You're going to be a great dad.
Yeah.
In Georgia.
Yeah,
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this. Hang loose.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best, goldsmithjewelry.com.
We're still seeing heavy delays from an accident from the westbound travel on the beach line to the ramp to head west on I-4. The left lane is blocked here. Avoid this area if you can. Westbound travel on I-4, stop and go between Fairbanks Avenue and Colonial Drive, and also between World Drive and 429. We're still heavy eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for a job? Contact Express Employment Professionals and be part of their national hiring event. With one application, Express connects you with multiple employers and never charges a fee. Go to ExpressPros.com, find your nearest office, and call Express today.
It is so absolutely important in Central Florida to make sure your ACs are ready to go at all times. These 100-degree days are never going to stop coming, not until Thanksgiving. So make sure you're ready to go with Mills Air. That preventive maintenance plan is the key, man. That really is everything. Basically like a tune-up for your AC units. They come in, double-check everything to make sure everything's ready to go. And if they find a problem, they replace it now. So you don't have to worry about a breakdown later. And they've been doing this for a long time, 29 years right here in Central Florida. And they can service every brand. You don't even need to worry about what kind of AC you have. They have not only the techs to do the right work, but the parts on the van ready to go as well. Plus, if you need a brand new unit, carry your factory authorized dealers with up to $2,700 in rebates waiting for you right now. Family owned and operated and ready to help you today, guys. Awesome people. You'll love doing business with them. 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
For nearly 60 years, the General has been saving people money on their car insurance. With affordable rates and the ability to pick when you pay, the General understands that every dollar counts and wants to give you the flexibility you need in your busy life. For the coverage you deserve at prices you can afford, call 800-GENERAL, that's 800-GENERAL, or go to thegeneral.com and get your quote today.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
Some restrictions apply.
A SunTrust checking account lets you stay on top of your money and help it grow. Plant the seeds for your goals with access to financial resources and tools. Keep an eye on your spending, hedging and managing it by setting limits on our mobile app. And rake in cash back on debit card purchases from your favorite retailers with SunTrust deals. With all the right tools, your account can blossom. Open an account today at suntrust.com/checking. Must have online banking to participate in SunTrust deals. SunTrust, now Truist. Member FDIC.
The Summer of Trucks sales event is going on right now down at Nation's Trucks. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC. Interest rates as low as 1.99% and no payments till November with approved credit. Start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates. But don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 7168, Equal Housing.
The best used car selection. The best used car prices. That makes for the best used car event, period. $99 down delivers payments from $99 a month. Through Monday at Florida's #1 Nissan dealer, Sutherland Nissan Orlando. See dealer for details.
Donating plasma is an important thing to do.
But why?
Well, because it helps make life-changing medicines that treat people with rare diseases.
But why?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
But why?
You sound like grandma.
But why?
You tell me, buddy. BioLife Plasma Services needs life-saving plasma, which is why new donors could earn up to $900 in the first month. So go ahead and take a break from all the questions and change some lives while you're at it. BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, I need to replace my old air conditioner.
For AC replacement, please hold the line.
Here we go.
And we're back. So, what do you want now?
Same as before, new air conditioner.
I just need to put you on hold again. Somebody's calling.
I'm calling.
But this might be someone important.
But I need...
We get a lot of calls this time of year. Dreadfully hot, you understand?
Yes, I understand perfectly.
So if you'll just wait a little longer...
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
You didn't call Frank Gay.
Well...
Did you?
Probably should have.
Probably should have. Well, tough luck. So, would you like to go back on hold?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you should be the priority. Experienced technicians ready to roll on your schedule and your installation done right. That's the Frank Gay way.
Next time you can call Frank Gay.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Matt Damon commands the screen in Stillwater.
My kid's been in jail 5 years.
The Americans did it.
My daughter's innocent.
For his daughter's freedom.
Everybody thinks that I killed her.
One father must find the truth.
She's my little girl. I'm not gonna give up.
No one will talk to you. It's not safe.
There's a new lead.
Dad, please.
You just have to trust me.
The most anticipated thriller of the summer is Stillwater. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. Only in theaters Friday.
Running a business comes with pressure. Remote workforces, HR compliance, retaining top talent. You start to feel boxed in. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Instead of obstacles, I'm surrounded by people empowered to be their best. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Now everyone can create free playlists on the free iHeart app. And we've made it super easy. When your favorite station plays a song you love, tap the plus symbol, and just like that, you've started a playlist. Create playlists for any mood or occasion, from chilling out to working out. And everything in between. And it's totally free. New and exclusively on the free iHeart app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is grand, G-R-A-N-D. Just text that to 200-200 for your shot to win a grand. It'd be nice to see somebody win $1,000 from us for sure. We're dying to give that money away, so get out there and give it a shot. Again, 6 o'clock keyword is grand. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Olympics continue on. Until what? Is it into next week? Olympics? Yeah.
And I believe Sunday will be the closing ceremonies. Usually.
Yeah. What's coming up that you want to check out more? Is the gymnastics singles events will be coming up soon.
Absolutely. So it'll be men's tonight, and then ladies tomorrow for the men's all around, and then after that they go to the individual competitions where it's just a single discipline, where you could get a gold just on vault or just on pommel horse.
Right.
You know? And then they get into the rhythmic gymnastics where you'll see the ribbons and things that you're like, oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Right, yeah.
You know, you'll see that. And next week is when track and field starts. And then it's like, for all the swimming and gymnastics you get now, will be track and field next week.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing some, the running events, obviously the javelin throw, shot put, long jump, triple jump, pole vault, all of that'll be coming. It's fun to watch. Yeah, some of the diving events are always good as well. They've done some of the diving events, some springboard stuff I've seen.
They had synchronized platform diving, and Great Britain took the goal with that. Tonight they'll be showing springboard. That was platform, yeah. Tonight is springboard synchronized diving.
Which is insanity if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, can I tell you, just to be able to bounce up and down on the diving boards in synchronicity would be impressive enough. I mean, to do 2 twists and a couple flips and land at the same time is genuinely unbelievable.
With no splash.
Yeah, no splash. It just is zip, just into the water, and that's it.
It was amazing, though, in the synchronized platform that Great Britain finally defeated China, who has just had a lock on that competition for years. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're diving and swimming. They've always been extremely competitive there, man. I mean, they're a competitive country. They have a lot of talented people there.
Well, swimming is Team USA, but Australia has made a concerted effort and has been putting a big challenge on. They have some meddling swimmers.
Mm-hmm.
Meddling.
Like Scooby-Doo, meddling. 407-916-1041. Did you guys see this thing about the Wu-Tang Clan album?
Oh, yeah.
This is such an interesting story. I heard Sean talking about it a little bit later or earlier today. Just I believe Sabrina had it in her segment. An unreleased Wu-Tang Clan album. If you remember, Martin Shkreli's the pharma bro, the pharma douche guy.
Pharma douche.
He's the guy who raised the price of a specific medicine from $13 a dose to $1,000 a dose or whatever it was, and caught a ton of hell. Then, of course, got himself in some prison trouble because of fraud in his relation to a couple of hedge funds. But the interesting thing about this guy, and I think he has a couple of other products as well that he purchased, I don't even know how he got his hands on this. But he paid $2 million in 2015 at an auction for Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, which is a 31-track double album by the band or the group Wu-Tang Clan, which is has a cult following. He had some tax bills he had to pay, and when they auctioned this back off, by the way, they auctioned it off, it said that it took care of the remaining debt for his tax bill, which I think came out to be like $2.8 million. So, he bought it for that much. They just sold it at auction again. How much do you think that's worth? Is Wu-Tang Clan still are they going to be able to sell this? Is it still viable and still relevant?
I would say so. They are a massive pioneering group when it comes to rap and hip hop. I mean, by the way, Wu-Tang is forever.
Yeah, and Wu-Tang is forever.
And I remember him getting it at the time and then showing off, how that he had it. But I think the only downside to that auction is knowing ultimately you're helping him in a way. And you're not really. You're paying off debt that has to be paid. So the people receiving it is not going to be Scully. It's just kind of getting him out of debt. And he's just one of those guys you just want to shake.
The very punchable face.
Oh, he does.
He's a Jim Jordan face. But so what they're going to do is they're going to package this thing up and make a whole thing out of it. There's like a 175-page book, I guess, that's bound in leather that when you buy it, it's in this silver case. So they're going to make some money off this thing because it's going to sell. I mean, there's no question it's going to sell. Previously unreleased tracks. Nobody's heard it before, right?
Yeah, I do not believe so.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's heard it. I mean, once he got it, he pretty much shut it down. And, really, as an investment, it would be pretty smart. If this guy wasn't in a tax situation, he could sell this thing for a ton because whoever buys it is going to own it. They're going to be able to produce the albums, distribute the records, and make a lot of money on this.
The original NFT.
Yeah, really. And by the way, the other thing he owns is, let's see, he also claimed to own an unreleased Lil Wayne album called The Carter 5. It's in its debut week in 2008. The rapper's The Carter 3 sold 1 million copies and helped, of course, launch Lil Wayne into superstar status. He says he owns a copy of a Lil Wayne album that's never been heard before called The Carter 5. Now, I would think that the Wu-Tang one would be worth way more money than the Lil Wayne one. What do you guys think?
I would agree.
Yeah.
It's weird to say because in a way, Lil Wayne, you could make the argument that he's bigger and probably had a more prosperous career because that's one guy. But when it comes to the history of rap, and I'm not some, I don't have a degree in rap music, but I do really enjoy it. And also, as much as I love rap music these days, I also just find the history of it unbelievably interesting.
Here's I think one of the biggest signs. I mean, when I had spent time in England, of all the graffiti I never expected to see was Wu-Tang Clan everywhere.
Oh, really?
Spray painted yeah. And this is in Surrey. This isn't in London.
And Wu-Tang Clan, I think, had it's not even for a debate, I think a bigger impact on rap music and the history of rap music than Lil Wayne did towards rap music.
Hit me with that one again?
I would say that although Lil Wayne may have had a more prosperous career or more fame, maybe, possibly, that's up for debate, but there's no way that Wu-Tang made a bigger impact on rap music than Lil Wayne did when it comes to making his impact on rap music.
I would never believe that. I mean, somebody just texts and say everybody in Wu-Tang was better than Lil Wayne. That's also not true. I mean, that's a subjective thing. I mean, Old Dirty Bastard was a rapper on his own, but he didn't even get close to the success that Lil Wayne had. That dude
there's success, and then there's did you make it better? Did you excel the art? And I would say that Wu-Tang absolutely made excelled the art and put different expectations on rap from when they came out versus what Wayne did.
Were they a New York act or East Coast act? They were a New York act. So Wayne's from Louisiana, and basically Wayne and Birdman put Louisiana or that Dirty South kind of rap thing. Well, not that Atlanta Dirty South or whatever, but that Dirty South from Louisiana, that was on the map. I mean, that entire genre of hip hop was started by Birdman and Lil Wayne.
But even then, you talk about New York. New York is the mecca of hip hop and rap. That's where it started, and you are grabbing one of the biggest groups of rap and hip hop from New York. That will always hold more weight than I think Lil Wayne.
They're probably more infamous, right? That's the thing, is that the Wu-Tang Clan is just more infamous than a lot of other rap acts out there. That's kind of what it is.
I mean, infamous, I believe, is being famous for something bad, right? I think that's the definition of infamous.
Well, I mean, Old Dirty Bastard didn't have the greatest reputation out there, right? I mean, he did a bunch of stupid stuff that got the band a lot of negative publicity, didn't he?
Yeah. Sure, but Wayne also did. Yeah. I would say Wayne has probably done worse things than ODB when you talk about dumb stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make an argument either way. I'm just saying I don't know anything about Wu-Tang. I never really got into him. And, of course, I think Lil Wayne's a genius. I think he's one of the best rappers ever.
Well, then get ready for Ghostface. Because
Ghostface Killah.
Ghostface is far more genius than Lil Wayne, and I don't even think it's close. Let me see what happens when Wayne directs a movie. Let me see what happens when Wayne writes a book.
He's too high to do anything. Are you kidding? That guy is like perpetually stoned.
I think Ghostface, RZA. I mean, like I said, I'm not some expert on Wu-Tang, but in my opinion, they have made a far bigger impact on rap in the history of hip-hop than Wayne could ever come close to. I think just Wayne found more commercial success.
Yeah, maybe so, man.
But I think for all the true hip-hop heads, they're always going to look at Wu-Tang and go, they made this whole thing level up.
Jack, how have you stayed quiet? I mean, you have a podcast.
I know.
You and Glenn Klausman have the Hip Hop Cast. I mean, how have you stayed quiet through all this?
It's because we are actually next doing a deep dive on this unreleased Wu-Tang Clan album. And
did you have to look up the band name there real quick?
No, I just, it's interesting because, it's not able to be released for 88 years, one of the conditions of them selling it. So it's not anything we're going to get to hear for a while. So it's a little bittersweet for me because I'm such a huge fan, knowing that this music can't be shared for, nearly a century.
Can I tell you, buddy, I appreciate every word of that.
You got it.
I really do.
Thank you.
I
Thank
appreciate
you,
every word.
texting service.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Another celebrity-based story out here is the Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher story. Have you guys seen this one?
Yeah.
Something smells funny with this one.
This is, when I read this, I was like, well, I have to tell you, it's funny. I kind of want to slam them, I guess, but they, I don't know, man. This one, did you hear, okay, so the big story for the record is, before I tangent my ass off, the big story is that Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher said that they don't wash their children regularly, that they don't give them baths every single day, and they themselves actually don't bathe every day. They said it's not good to take that natural oil and all of those things off your skin all the time for a child. They need that. They need that when they're building their immune system, blah, blah, blah. They said if there's dirt on them and you can see it, we knock it off of there and wash it off. But other than that, we don't bother with them.
Yikes. I mean, I'm not a parent, so I can't exactly know what they're feeling, but I would think that if you could wash your kid every other hour, at least.
Exactly. I mean, from everything I've been told, they're pretty gooey most of the time.
They're just constantly in a perpetual, they're like in a perpetual state of sticky.
Yes, they're covered in everything. It was sweat, Kool-Aid, candy bars, whatever they tried to eat that day, dirt, their own slobber, snot. They're covered with everything at all times. And to not wash them. And by the way, they say themselves, like Ashton Kutcher says, his normal bath is he washes his armpits and his genitals.
All right.
So
something else has got to get wet in that process. So.
And then Mila Kunis says she washes her face a couple times a day, and that's the only thing she absolutely washes. Other than that, nothing.
Hollywood be weird. Man.
Hollywood is weird, man. They name their kids after fruit and they don't bathe.
I don't get this.
I understand it when it comes to your jeans. But
what do you mean? Just not washing your jeans for 2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 wears or whatever?
Yeah.
Then you're going to love me.
And he has, and these guys have boys, Wyatt and Dimitri, 6 and 4 years old. And by the way, Mila Kunis, you guys, do you guys know how she grew up?
Free range?
Her house did not have running water or electricity.
Oh, well, I think we found the source of
so
why.
She grew up in she grew up tough. I don't think they grew up here. They grew up in Russia somewhere or something like that. One of those.
Really?
Yeah. Her mom and dad are God, what is it? I cannot remember what nationality they are, but she is. But she grew up. She grew up really tough, so maybe this is just like a normal thing. She actually
Tough
says that.
and anti-space.
Yeah. Way anti-space. She wouldn't let her husband go. Maybe she was doing the other astronauts a favor, Jack.
Oh, she's from Ukraine.
Yeah, from Ukraine, yeah.
I'm not even going to Chernovitzy.
Yeah, man. She's
Almost
she's from
the
Ukraine
opposite of
and
Russia.
grew up tough.
And dated Macaulay Culkin for like 7 years.
Yeah, she also dated. Who was she dating right before she hooked up with Ashton Kutcher? She was dating somebody pretty famous too, wasn't she? Didn't she leave a relationship with either? Was it that dude?
I thought it was
Ted Lasso.
Sudeikis?
Wasn't it Jason Sudeikis she was with?
I don't know.
Don't think so.
No,
I think it was the Macaulay Culkin.
Was
because
it?
It was
I'm
like
thinking Olivia Munn.
when she was 18. Yeah, Olivia Munn was with Jason Sudeikis and left
Right.
him for the singer.
Quarterback.
No, the guy from One Direction.
Yeah.
Or New Direction or New Shoes or something.
Harry Styles?
Harry Styles, Watermelon and Sugar or something like that.
God, Jack, you're killing it, buddy.
Her mother's name is Elvira.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
Her father was a former mechanical engineer. Her mother had taught physics. And when they moved to the States, they only had $250 in their pocket. Her father eventually found work as a cab driver, while her mom wound up running a pharmacy.
I know this is going to make me sound like a heterosexual pig, but I'm still going to say it.
Say it.
Here we go.
When she's in the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I don't think that there is a prettier face in movie history, in my opinion.
Than Mila Kunis?
Than Mia Kunis in the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I don't even remember the movie. I just remember every time she was
Staring
on
at her?
screen, I was just like, oh, God, blood is flowing. Oh, no. She's stunning in that film.
They told the co-host of this show that using soap every day rids the body of natural oils. Kutcher and Kunis agree, saying they only wash vitals every day. In other words, the the vital areas,
The naughty bits.
the stuff that gets the musky
Come on
stuff.
now.
Oh, Olivia Wilde, not Munn. Olivia Wilde was
There you
Jason Sudeikis'
There you
ex.
It's easy to get all that wrong.
Yeah, how many Olivias are out there?
Mila Kunis says, I didn't have hot water growing up as a child, so I didn't shower very often. I wasn't that parent that bathed my newborns ever. Now that they're older, they say they have a system. If you can see dirt on them, clean them. Other than that, leave them alone. No point.
I mean, you got to bathe them on the first day, though, right?
And by the way, kids can stink. All right, kids can get that adult aroma going. If you don't wash their armpits and their butts, they can smell like a grown person stinks.
Ew.
Trust me when I tell you.
Have fun,
yeah,
Ross.
yeah.
Is that like, it's going to be a blast, man. Have a good time.
I'm
At
stoked.
that point, it doesn't matter who the best rapper is.
Which, by the way, out of Wu-Tang, this is when it gets subjective. I've always been a huge fan of U-God. I think U-God was always the best Wu-Tang member, but that's me. You also had Method Man, but U-God.
Gotcha,
But
yeah.
anyway, Mia Kunis, dude, wash your kids.
407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031.
And that came from Ross.
Hey, by the way, don't forget, you still have a couple seconds to give that shot at $1,000 for the 6 o'clock hour. Your keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Again, text that to 200-200 for your shot at that $1,000. Right now, load them up. We're going to do last call. Right after this, get somebody registered for that Summer of Stuff, and we'll give you our Instagram winner for our Summer of Stuff as well. That's coming up right here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for Last Call. 407-916-1041. Brought to you by Heineken.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Well, here we are again with scattered showers and thunderstorms. These will be ending this evening late. The low 78 tonight. A steamy night tonight. The high tomorrow 93. The rain chance at 60%. Our rain chances go down just a little bit this weekend with high temperatures responding a lot warmer. The high 96 by Saturday. Rain chance then at 40%. But the lightning could be intense in any storms that do form this weekend. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by the National Flood Insurance Program.
Florida is my paradise, so even as the storms grow more frequent, my passion keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay.
Protect your corner of the world with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Brought to you by the National Flood Insurance Program.
Tools Ace Hardware is your place for paint, tools, and Ace, the only national retailer carrying Benjamin Moore premium paints, and their trained, knowledgeable paint department specialists can make your paint project easy to complete. Choose from thousands of beautiful and timeless colors right there in their color centers, or let us match your existing wall color or decor with their precision color matching software. And check it out, when you purchase a paint sample, you're going to get $5 off when you come back and buy paint. And with that extra mile promise, they promise to get you everything you need for your paint project in just one trip, or they'll deliver it to you for free. Shop at any of their 11 convenient locations right here in Central Florida or online at toolsacehardware.com.
No matter the challenges, we were there with a stronger, more reliable energy grid.
When our community struggled, we were there with flexible payment arrangements and other support.
And as the sun comes out, bringing the promise of a brighter tomorrow, we will still be here.
With energy that's reliable, affordable, and cleaner than ever, we're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. What was it? They go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
O'Reilly Auto Parts specializes in keeping your car on the road. Not sure how much life is left in your battery? Our professional parts people will test it for free. If it does need to be replaced, we'll help you find just the right one to fit your car. Our Superstar batteries are built to handle even the toughest conditions. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. What? Just 15 seconds to talk about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea? That smooth taste of real brewed tea with just the right kick of alcohol. What? We started already. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for it in the bright yellow cans.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Get your fill of wings, beer, and world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters is great anytime. Game time, lunchtime, or happy hour. Be sure to catch the live stream of the sold-out Miss Hooters pageant from Hooters of iDrive this Thursday at your local Hooters and Hooters.com/pageant.
When I met you in the summer.
It's time to live, laugh, and create memories again with MSC Cruises. Join us on some of the world's most modern and innovative ships. Discover again at our new private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, named Best New Cruise Destination. Cruise the Caribbean and Bahamas from Miami or Port Canaveral from $159 per person. Book now with free balcony upgrades and flexible booking changes. Call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply. MSC Cruises, a world of discovery.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
Harold Musbeard here to tell you about my newest podcast. I like to call it the Triple Podcast. My podcast takes you on a deep dive into podcasts that are about other podcasts. A triple podcast, a compilation of compilation. Visit a podcast about a podcast about a podcast.com or go to your iHeartRadio app and download and stream my triple podcast or wherever you buy podcasts from. I don't know how podcasts work.
In St. Pete Clearwater, let your senses be your guide. Follow the incredible aroma of outdoor dining under a starlit night, or see the sunset over the Gulf, painting a magnificent orange and red sky. Feel the gentle breeze on a leisurely stroll along the new St. Pete Pier, or let every sense come alive at the Salvador Dali Museum. Sounds like it's time for a fall getaway. You can sense it. Plan your fall escape to America's best beaches at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Florida, get ready for more savings at Walmart. Ooh, I can't wait. No sales tax weekend, July 31st through August 9th. Save more on the latest fashion, tech, and school supplies.
I'll get everything my kids need for school.
Cool sneakers and the latest styles from Justice, Reebok, and more.
And I'll get everything I want for me.
Don't miss No Sales Tax Weekend, Florida, July 31st through August 9th. Shop more with no sales tax on top of our everyday low prices at Walmart. Here we go. Offer good only in Florida on eligible items July 31st to August 9th, 2021.
Get on board for last call right now. Couple phone lines still open and your chance to qualify for the Summer of Stuff 407-916-1041. Operator standing by.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
When it comes to power, trust the source. SolarSource.com.
Still showing the world every aspect of your life on social media? Yep. Us too. Find Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
We now return to the
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Couple lines open for last call. Grab those. We're going to put somebody in the Summer of Stuff this day, today. We'll also have an Instagram winner a little bit later as well. And we'll have another keyword for you at the top of the hour as well. The 6 o'clock hour still works right now. If you want to give it a shot, it is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Text that to 200 for your shot to win. Yes, Jack.
You know what was cool about playing ZZ Top all day in honor of Dusty Hill passing? The 12 different rejoins. They were all songs we knew, all songs we listened to. There were no clunkers in there.
Yeah, legendary. I wonder if the band will continue. I mean, I think they probably will. They played shows without Dusty before because of him being out. The tech that usually works for and gets his guitars ready steps in and plays the songs.
Does he have a beard?
Look, man, you can buy a beard. I mean,
You can?
for $100 a ticket, you're not going to be like, well, yeah, you can buy a beard for sure.
Does he look like someone from Duck Dynasty?
Look,
I want to know.
I mean, with all due respect to the other band members, everybody's there to see Billy Gibbons play guitar. I mean, the bass lines and the drum lines are pretty simple stuff. They're there to hear that right there. That's what they want to hear. That's what I'd want to hear.
Yeah, I'd put my money on they're going to continue this tour, including an Orlando date at the Hard Rock Orlando in November.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be back for that. And God rest his soul. R.I.P. Dusty Hill, bass player for the band ZZ Top, passed away last night at 72 years old at his home. 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us again, 77031. Are we full up for last call, guys? We all good?
Yeah.
All right, very good. We'll do that in just a few minutes. Don't forget to get your tickets. The comedy tour is coming to Leesburg, and as of this afternoon, when we started the show, there were only less than 20 tickets available. $20 at the door, or you can call or you can log on to orlandocomedy.com and get them there. That's Ross Padgett headlining, Sabrina Ambra from the News Junkie, Joel Warren, and Christoph Jean. These are names that you're going to know in the future soon. These are guys who are blowing it apart in Orlando and getting attention nationally as well. Yeah, Deb.
Wouldn't just show up at the door, though.
No,
assuming there's going to be tickets available.
I have a feeling tomorrow we'll probably be announcing it's sold out.
Yeah, more than likely that'll be the case. Coming up tomorrow, Brendan O'Connor from bungalower.com to tell us what's happening in Orlando this weekend. And, of course, we'll get a checkup with our friend Glenn Klausman for another edition of Colbert Court. And, by the way, you said it earlier, Jack, and it's absolutely right. Scott Maxwell calls us on Wednesdays. We do Animal House on Wednesdays. We had a great guest today, Savannah from Gatorland. Of course, she appears on the Monsters Morning as well. She was on with us. If at any time you want to check out any of those segments or if you think you missed something on the show, JimColbertLive.com has all of that, plus the master list for what you do that's new, all the information about the show. It's all right there. Go around and tool around on the website. A bunch of fun stuff on there. Tons and tons and tons of content from the program up there at JimColbertLive.com. Anything I'm missing, guys?
Nope.
Not that I can think of.
You watching the Olympics?
Again, I want to watch a little bit tonight. My wife and I watched a little bit of swimming last night together.
So are you watching the main NBC, like the primetime feed, or you go over to USA Network? Which
I watched
I don't
a little
get
bit
that.
of both.
Yeah,
I watched a little bit of both. Actually, there were two events on. Like Maine last night had on swimming, and USA had on. It may have been swimming, maybe just been another event or whatever, but I mean, both channels were carrying it simultaneously, so I flipped back and forth for a couple minutes before we turned into that Charlize Theron movie.
I'll tell you one thing that I just watched, and it was a face melter, was the HBO documentary about the 1999 Woodstock.
Yeah, you were telling me about how crazy it was.
And, of course, if you don't know, it's an S show, and the wheels fall apart.
That's why they don't make it. They didn't make the documentary because it was great,
and everything starts to burn.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
literally, they burn it down. But I will say it is when it comes to what I base a good documentary off of is tell me the story and how well do you tell me the story. And I do think they nail it. I think they when it comes to filmmaking and how a documentary should be made, at least in my opinion, I think that plane absolutely gets landed and you understand why it happened, what got to this point. I thought it was very interesting.
What network?
HBO.
Yeah, HBO. Very cool. All right, Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Well, like you said, we had a great Animal House guest today, so we definitely want to thank Savannah, Chrissy, and the entire crew at Gatorland Orlando for showing off their baby Nile crocodiles. Animal House podcast posted in just a quick bit. Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, and last but never least, Code Black IT for supplying our summer of stuff.
Absolutely. Jack, do we have a Twitter poll today?
We do. Let's see. It was who would you rather shower with? And the choice was Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, or their kids.
Okay.
And fortunately, Mila Kunis won.
You have to be careful with that one over in the, well, I won't say that county. And again, Ross, if you want to get your tickets to see Ross and the crew do stand up this weekend out in Leesburg, grab your tickets now, orlandocomedy.com. Like you said, we only have a handful left, and we want to make sure that you get in there and see the show. Ross, do we have an Instagram winner?
We do. We got CP Trucker 305.
CP Trucker 305.
That sounds legit.
That
CP
does.
Trucker, you are now in the summer of stuff, buddy. Good luck. We hope you win one of those big items courtesy of Code Black IT. You guys ready for last call?
Let's do it.
All right.
Who's up first?
We have Steve on line 2.
Steve, line 2. Last call, buddy.
What if Edward Scissorhand had to scratch his balls?
What?
Am I supposed to ask what if? Okay, good.
Oh, man.
I don't know what to do, man.
Don't make me sweat.
He hung up.
All right, who's next?
He was not very confident. Let's welcome Party Mom on line 1.
Party Mom, line 1. Last call, Party Mom.
Give me the weed, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in a sticky bowl and drift away. Smoke weed every day.
Simple and to the point. Thanks, thanks, Party Mom. I appreciate that very much.
I think we've hit the, the greatest hits right now.
I think we have, man.
Yeah, she's playing the favorites, man.
She's like, I need to get qualified.
Got to give them what they want, Ross. Got to give them what they want.
All right,
Who's next?
Let's welcome Ed on line 4.
Ed, line 4. Last call, buddy.
Jim, what
Yes.
if all UFOs were just the alien billionaires?
Oh, that's actually a funny good one.
That's a thinker. I like it.
Stay right where you are, buddy.
I like
Put
that
you on
one.
hold. Stay right there. Who's up next, guys?
Let's welcome Daytona Dave.
Daytona Dave. What's up, buddy? Last call.
Jimmy, everything's good, Jim. Man, it's kind of hard to follow Party Mom. Now, but quick question. What do you call like a boatload of drunken Lightning fans in Tampa Bay?
I don't know. What do you call a boatload of drunken Lightning fans in Tampa Bay?
Oh, Zapatilla.
Okay, very good. All right, so. Thanks, buddy. You can go and take off.
You got to know the hockey players for
All right,
that
who's
one to
next,
work.
All right,
Who's
let's close it out with who other than the queen of real radio, Miss Beth on line 3.
Hey.
Beth, last call.
Oh, God, she hung up.
Oh, come on, Beth. What are you doing?
Because she heard me go, hey.
Come on, Beth. What are you doing? All right,
Oh, Beth.
Come on, Beth.
let's give it to the guy we all laughed at. What was his name?
Ed.
You're the winner, Ed. Good luck. We hope you win something in the summer of stuff. Let's get the hell out of here. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, Tom and Deb with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a great evening.
Bye.
You're chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Still a heavy ride heading west on I-4 between State Road 536 and 429. We're seeing some delays too between Fairbanks Avenue and Colonial Drive. Eastbound busy as well between Osceola Parkway and State Road 5